All right. What is going on, everybody? There is a total of 0 people. What's up, Jake? We finally got him, guys. We trapped him. He can't go anywhere. Took me a few months to track him down, but he's a busy man. What's going on, bud?
What's up, bro?
How is life? How can you give us a quick little life
Yeah,
update for everybody?
yeah, life's good. I have been slacking on the content, but yeah, I've just been busy working, doing some buying and selling Pokemon, of course. Trying to start thinking about building an inventory for a local show. So hopefully before the end of the year, I will vend. Most likely local, maybe East Bay Card Show or the SF Card Show, something like that, or even small. We have one here near San Jose that I might do. Um, yeah, I actually attended East Bay Card Show a couple weeks back, and my buddy Jason was vending. He was just live last night. I actually introduced him to Zach Zenforce.
Oh yeah, I
So
watched
they
a little
met.
bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool. Yeah,
yeah, I was in
Jason's my
there.
boy. I told Zach he needs to bring him on because I think he brings a very unique perspective on Japanese and vending full time and how he travels back and forth to Japan. But I was vending at his table. He had asked me if I could vend for him for like an hour while he tries to lock in some deals with some other vendors. So
Nice.
it's yeah, it was fun.
Was it
I
nerve
think that's
wracking?
no,
Is
not at all.
no?
No,
Oh,
not actually. No, it was actually really chill. Yeah, I think what was it? I sold like maybe 8 cards. It was like a grand total, something like that, which was cool. Um, yeah, I had his Zelle, and some people did. Most people did cash actually.
mm.
Um, but yeah, it was. I think it was a Koro Mew and like 2 or 3 more. Someone bought a Koro Mew and a few other cards, but it's like all vintage Japanese stuff.
Nice.
But like just getting my hands dirty behind the table was fun. And then there
Yeah.
was a few people that even had come up asking if I was buying. And it's just nice to be able to like have people come to you and you just kind of look through it and pick through what you want instead of being the person hunting at these tables.
Yeah.
So I definitely see the appeal. I've always wanted to, and yeah, I'm working on inventory that over the
Was it
next
what
couple months.
was when you sent me and Eric that video of like you with all the bins? Was that kind of your inventory?
Oh no, that's
Or
just my sealed
oh,
collection.
that's your sealed collection.
That was
Holy
actually,
shit.
yeah, that wasn't even all of it. That was just because I had bought a bunch of acrylic for my ETBs.
Oh,
So I had
sick.
to pull everything out. And part of me kind of regrets getting all that acrylic because it's heavy as hell. But it looks nice. So
Yeah.
I put all of my Pokemon Center ETBs in acrylic.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that video I sent you, it was me just reorganizing everything and trying to play
Crazy.
Lego, like not Lego, but play Tetris because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's challenging making sure it all fits properly and have space for more stuff later on.
Yeah. Dude, I would literally love if we got some vendor POVs from you, dude. Like I'd be in. I'd be so
You
locked
know,
in.
I think that's the long term goal. That's like down the road. Maybe hopefully next year I can do that because you're not the first person that has said that to me,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I feel like I'm a social person. Like I like the conversation. I I've been in this hobby for 5 years now, which is crazy to say. Like in it. We got some people in the chat. We got George back in here. We got to shout out to George. He's always in here.
Shout out, I'll shout out everybody, dude. And they're asking questions already.
That's
Don't worry,
crazy.
guys. We're gonna tackle all your questions today, and then and
Yeah,
if
we'll get to
we,
that, Don.
yeah, we'll get to it. But yeah, so yeah,
Um,
vendor POV, yeah,
yeah. So Tucker Pokebeard, he's a friend of
yep,
mine, and he also said like, dude, you should definitely vend. Like I can see that as a really positive thing for you and like the community you're trying to build on your channel. So yeah, we'll see. That's
bro. And like I think when you do your content when it's more scripted, we don't really get to see like the real Johto Jake. Like
yeah.
your personality, like I think would thrive when it's in that style of like just negotiating and just more real time. You
Yeah,
know, I
yeah,
think you
yeah.
like I think people would really get to see like who you truly are. And
No, definitely.
in all the positive ways. There's no like
Yeah, no, and
so
that's something I've always enjoyed from like the other side of the table too, is just having conversations with other vendors, other collectors, just like not just experiences, but like giving advice, taking advice, also just like sharing knowledge, and also helping others try to find the best deal for, or like, I don't know, point them in the right direction. And yeah, I see that as something that I think I can do well at. We'll see though. I might suck ass, but we'll
nah,
see.
nah, there's no way. Like
Yeah.
I wish you know when we linked up for the first time and it was just me and you going through vendors and you kind of introducing me to people. It was really cool to like to be like I wasn't a fly on the wall, but you know, you were kind of giving me a little insights here and there about the PSA 10s, what like a
Yeah,
real
yeah.
10 was and like it was pretty cool. Like I learned a lot and I think if you documented that, man, I mean, the
Yeah.
subscribers would just be flowing like water and
Oh man,
the
you're really
knowledge as
selling it.
well, you know. So that's just
Yeah.
my 10 cents, you know.
I appreciate it.
I would really
Yeah.
enjoy the
And
content. So
like I'm trying to think about like the stuff that I want to sell, and that's the hardest thing, because like I think the people that do the best are the ones that have a niche, or like,
mhm.
but like I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky. Like I think I need to just like get some stuff together to sell, and like whether that's some sealed modern, some singles, some graded cards, and just kind of feel out what type of audience is going to come to my table based on like the environment, because like every show is different, whether it's a local show or if it's like a bigger collect con or card party. Like you have to cater to specific audiences to a degree at these shows in order to get the most out of it as terms of like selling, buying, and yeah, there's a lot of interesting things, a lot of challenges that come with it, but I want to do it down the future. We'll
Yeah.
get there.
And I think it would be a cool like setup video as well as, you know, you even setting up for the show, you
Yeah,
know, POV
that's a
style.
good idea.
That'd
Yeah,
be like
definitely.
two videos right there. But yeah, just my 10 cents. You want to take that first question? I think that's more
Sure.
towards you.
Is Japanese, I mean, that might be more towards you. Is Japanese set EV Heroes booster box undervalued compared to price of cards in the set?
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to say that, because like I
Yeah.
look at from what I have seen on like the evolutions, like all the alt arts from EV Heroes, a lot of them are really cheap. Like I think the V's, like especially Jolteon, Flareon, Vaporeon, the last I checked, and I could be wrong, but they were like sub $200 for a 10. And to me,
Mm,
that sounds crazy for those cards, especially knowing that the boxes is what's the box at now, Don? Like $600 or more?
yep.
Like I
Yeah.
and
Something.
that's actually been crazy stagnant. Like that hasn't moved
Yep.
a lot. And it
Yeah.
hasn't really been pulled up by Evolving Skies, which I think is really interesting. Yeah, 500, that might be a buy, Don, because they're not reprinting that. Like
Yep.
that's out of the question.
I agree.
I don't even have any of those boxes. I would actually consider buying a box of that just for the PC. And I don't collect a lot of Japanese, but at that price, I think it's a good buy.
Yeah, I always thought that we'd see a correlation when just the evolutions got more popular. We'd see like a little bit of uptick, but
Hmm.
like I said, it's kind of been moving sideways, which is very interesting, you know.
Hmm.
Um, so do I think it's what was the question though? Undervalued?
Undervalued compared to the price of the cars. I mean, yeah, it's still.
Yeah,
I mean, everything
I
is
would.
cheap actually, done.
Yeah,
Cheap, I guess. I mean, I don't want to say it's cheap, but it's like
yeah.
it's cheap relative to how old it is, because it is
Hmm.
older than Evolving Skies. It, I mean, pull rates. I don't even remember what those pull rates were like.
They're
I'm
tough.
sure.
Yeah, they're
I don't know
tough.
if they're Evolving Skies tough, but I'm sure they are. Yeah, the main hit SIRs are around the same price as English. Hmm.
Yeah, they're close. Yep, they're very close. I did you know, my typical Japanese Tuesday market watch and yeah,
Compared
the
it to Evolving Skies hits, like
yeah, they're close.
Rayquaza V versus. Oh, I
Yeah,
know
they're
that's Blue
close.
Sky Stream.
Yeah, it's Blue Sky
Uh,
Stream. I'm talking
yeah.
about the Moonbryon.
What is the Moonbryon at raw in Japanese?
I have off the top of my dome. Anyone in the chat? 13? What's
Is
the
it Is it
13.
really?
I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could screen share.
I think you might be able to. Uh, I'm curious. Did someone put it in the chat?
No.
Uh,
Ryan says a
oh,
bunch of alt-art Moonbrowns equal a new house.
they don't
not
even
not.
have Umbreon on TCG player in Japanese. Like
No, they
I don't
definitely
see
do.
it. Why?
I just
I
added
just
on my.
removed the English filter. It's not. Oh, there we go. Japan. There we go. That's why it wasn't saved. Oh, wait. There's
720.
only there's only
Oh,
one listed.
that's crazy.
Is that right? Am I seeing that right? There's only one listed, and they're asking 8K. What the
I
hell?
saw that too. I saw the 8K. Yeah, there's no way.
Oh, that's so funny. Collector
Here,
says 21. Wow, wow, that's actually really expensive compared to the box. Then yes, Don, buy that box at 500.
I'm looking. I'm trying to find sold on eBay, and nothing. Whole lot of
Interesting.
nothing. Oh, no. Is that Korean? Yeah, 400 in Korean.
Yeah, the market price for Umbreon on TCG Player is saying 1830, and then they don't they don't have any sales data on it
That
yet.
was a sale January 7th. PSA 10 for 2100. So
Sheesh. I'm glad I can check that card off. I had graded 3 of them. I sold 2, and I still have the one for
yeah,
the
it
master.
feels like Sword and Shield in Japanese is still very attainable.
Yeah.
And it may sound crazy, but a lot of those sets, I mean, for 500 bucks, I've seen people rip way more expensive sets. So I'm not saying go chase, but it's still there's still buys.
You know what is baffling me right now? And to an extent I get it, but it's the price of Paldea Evolved compared to Silver Tempest. They're like
Crazy.
the same price.
Yeah.
And I want to do a video on Paldea Evolved because I think it gets way too much credit. Hear me out. I think it is a good set, but I think it gets way too much credit. And people narrow that set down to being like a deep set, and I'm actually exhausted of people saying that because it does have a set with a lot of illustration rares, and I can name a handful that I really like: Heracross, Tyranitar, Magikarp, Raichu. Like that's a solid set right there. But if you look at the SIRs, that's where things for the majority of collectors, I think that they're not a fan of. Me though, I love the Chinese legendaries like Chen Pao, Chi Yu, Wo-Chin, and Ting-Lu. All 4 are fire. Like I think all of those are some of the better legendaries that we've got in recent years. But I don't think they stand up anything to any other set as far as SIRs go. Like I look at, I mean, we could look at
I'm looking at
Paradox. We
the
can look at Temporal. There's like semi set. There's set identity, but there's not as much set identity as something like Paradox or Temporal or Twilight.
yeah, I'm looking at Paldea right now.
Yeah, no, I think Mate Tech just said there was a point where Paldea evolved. Yes, I was there. I have a case actually, and yeah, I have a case at 80 a box. I have a case of Scarlet and Violet base at 75 a box. Um, I miss those days, very much so.
Yeah, I'm like looking the as far as like the big chase cards for me was the Meowscarada, the
Yeah,
Yakumo,
the Yakumo.
the DJ when he's
Oh yeah,
DJing.
yeah, the
Yeah,
trainer. Sorry, I
yeah, the
never
trainer,
think about the
and then
trainers.
Iono, and then the boss's order, and then obviously the legendaries. But yeah, like I mean that's you're more of the grading guy. Do you like buy into what people say about the why?
About Paldea evolved.
Yeah, and the
It it
Magikarp being like
So I actually have sent a Magikarp to grading. It wasn't mine; it was my brother's, and he had 2, one tend and one didn't. But this was back when that card was $300 in a 10, if that. So I every now and then I tell him, hey, you know how much that card you sold was? And he's always like, you're lying. I'm like, no.
That's crazy.
I should have bought it from him, but no, I should have. No, Paldea Evolved. It's got some rough print quality, but it's nowhere near as bad as like Obsidian Flames. I think Obsidian Flames had the worst print quality of Scarlet and Violet base, hands down, without a doubt. Like I could not find those SIRs. Did I grade any of those SIRs? No, I never graded. I picked those up when they were still cheap before anyone cared about Obsidian Flames.
So as far as like people Paldea being investable for like the long term, what would be like your buying points or your like investing points of why you would want to park
Money
money
in
into
Paldea.
it? Yeah, Paldea.
I believe in
Like
it. Don't get me wrong. Like I believe in it, but I mean, at the current price, I'd rather have Silver Tempest. Like
mhm.
it's the box itself. It's a Lugia. Like I don't even care if it
Yeah.
doesn't have that many chases. That
Yeah.
alone does it for me because I to a degree I look at Lost Origins as the same thing. It's got the one big hit. It's the Giratina, the Conda Giratina, and then in my opinion, the only three other cards that I really care about in that set are Aerodactyl and the two Pikachus from the trainer gallery. Aside from
Yeah.
that, that sets okay. Sure, it's got the Gengar. I think it has the Charizard trainer gallery, but yeah, like because I look at Silver Tempest, it has the Rayquaza VMAX, it has the Blazikins. Like it's not a bad set, um,
It's got the Reggie
but
Drago, one of my
yeah,
favorite
Reggie
cards.
Drago's cool. I like the Berserker. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw shade on Skuntank. It's probably one of the cheapest alt arts, but still, it's a good art.
Yeah.
It's a cool
Yeah.
art. It's
It
cheap
isn't
though.
it it isn't it weird we're at the point where Scarlet and Violet is somehow right there with Sword and Shield, some of these like late bloomers,
You
you
know
know?
what's, dude? It's hella funny that you say that because I've been thinking about that lately, and I remember back in 2020, and I wish I had the mindset I did now. But I was like, when you come into this hobby, like that's why I have empathy for a lot of people that come in and they get hyper focused on what's trending. But like, if you take a step back and you're like, hold on a second, what did I miss out on? And that people aren't really thinking about, and that was Sun and Moon. I wish I paid more attention to Sun and Moon because a lot of the tag teams people did not care about in 2020. Like there was there was like literally like I'm pretty sure Latios and Latias was extremely cheap in 2020, like extremely. Like I remember watching a video of someone in 2019 opening a pack of Team Up, um, and they pulled the Latias, and there was no excitement. It was like they just pulled a. It was like they just pulled a random hollow card. Like there was no excitement. So like it really did like kind of surprise me that because like if someone opened that card now, like it would be they would be screaming, right? Like
Fireworks, yeah.
yeah, fireworks. But the video was like so chill, and these guys just they didn't care. They didn't care
Yeah.
because it was at the time it was probably like a $20 card.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, yeah. Now we're looking at Sword and Shield like people were looking at Sun and Moon in 2020, and that
Yeah.
is interesting. It's crazy that I've been in this hobby for an entire era, almost two eras now. Because I came back in like right before Vivid Voltage.
Me
Um,
too.
yeah, it was like right before Vivid Voltage. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I look at Scarlet and Violet, I look at Sword and Shield, and I think they both stand on their own. There's things that I like about Sword and Shield that I wish was in Scarlet and Violet, and there's things that I like about Scarlet and Violet that were in Sword and Shield. Like I think
Yeah.
about the print quality in Sword and Shield was far superior. I think I think they are compromising quality for quantity right now, and I understand why because demand is so high. There are going to be things that they just cut corners around that aren't as significant or are going to have that much impact. Yeah, sorry, I was reading Don's comment on the page. Thanks for the insight. Want to get involved in skies, but it's hard to. Yeah, no, the entry point matters, Don.
For sure.
$500 for a box of. I mean, Japanese is different, so like it's all relative, right? Like I think about how much I got my Evolving Skies first box for, which was like $72, and that was because I had like $20 coupon off because they were going for like 98 on pre-order,
Yeah.
and I had like a $25 coupon from Game Nerds back then because I used to get a lot of stuff from
Jeez.
Game Nerds because it was really cheap. I
I
look at
remember.
Game Nerds now and
Yeah.
everything's super expensive. I
Yeah.
got like a whole. I was buying Silver Tempest blisters, like the not the check the sleeve packs, but the blisters with the promo for $1.50 a piece. I think I have like I should have bought more. I only have like 30 of them, but yeah, I was buying from Game Nerds like things like that for really cheap in Sword and Shield era.
Yeah. I just think like we're just the reason why Scarlet and Violet has these last couple of releases, why they've, been comparable as far as price to Sword and Shield, just because of the popularity and the print runs. Once we see all that stuff clear up, we'll see things go back to normal. I personally believe, but do you kind of feel the same way that once we get more into
Yeah, but
maybe the megas?
I think people think about those things a little naive. When people hear the words "it's going to get better," they think about products that exist now will be better then, and I don't agree with that. I think that the problem that we have with certain sets right now isn't going away. Do I think these prices stay as high as they are? No, but I don't think they get to where people think they're going to get. Like I look at Destin Rivals, and boy, has that booster box held up. Like that thing is standing on business. Like, like I look at that card.
Regardless of the negativity,
Yeah, no,
you know?
exactly. I can't get behind the negativity. Don't get me started on that. But like,
Yeah.
I look at that set. I look at Prismatic. Prismatic is not going to $50 in ETB. Like
No.
and that's hard for me to say, and
No.
I might be wrong here. Um, we'll see. There is the possibility. Like don't get me wrong, there is the possibility, but do I think it's likely? No. Um, especially like ETBs. Do I think there'll be a lot of Prismatic like ancillary products like the pouches like check lanes or not check lanes, but like the 3 pack
Yeah, yeah.
blisters or
Hmm.
sticker.
Sticker
Those
packs.
things
Yeah,
might,
for sure.
yeah. But like Pokemon Center ETBs aren't going to be retail. Like you're not going to just be able to go on the Pokemon Center and order those unless something really dramatic happens. Um, Joey's in here gonna say that I'm
Joe.
capping, but like he believes we're gonna see Prismatic Evolutions ETBs hit MSRP readily available, and oh man, I have a hard. It's funny when I was saying that out loud, I was thinking about Joey's take on this, but who knows? I could be the one eating shit on this, but like I don't think we will. Do I think mega sets come down in price? I have been hearing things that Pokemon has got another facility, so
That
that they
opened up
are,
because they
yeah,
moved the other one.
something happened. Yeah, I need to
Hmm.
look into that more, but I'm hearing that they do have more print capacity, which is great. But I think that's going to be for like future sets. That being said, who knows? Prismatic literally just came out in January. We have 2 more years, 2.5 more years of what could possibly happen. Because I look at Shining Fates, and boy, man, people were insane paying what they were paying for Shining Fates. That set sucks. Like that set is that set's terrible. Like,
Hmm.
and people were paying $150 in
Yeah.
ETB.
That's why, like,
Um,
all the people that are new in this hobby, I always say, like, at the end of every single video, go do some history lessons on like old videos, right? Go do, you know, just a little bit of deep diving. The videos are
yeah,
still on YouTube, and you'll see like people lost their mind
yeah.
back in the day as
You
well.
look
And we're
at
just
Vivid Voltage too. Like Vivid Voltage was going crazy at one point, and I think its record high price was in like 2021, and it's been flat or
it's been
down.
dead in the
Yeah,
water ever since.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's been a part of me like I have a Vivid Voltage box, and I was like, I don't think I could ever let this go, just because like it was like the first box I got back coming back into the hobby, and it has that like I don't know. It has that history behind it. Those like I don't know. It's
Well, you
interesting to
said
have
you told a
history
story
behind it.
the last live of like you and your
Yeah.
buddies all opened a Vivid box, remember? And you guys all someone pulled the, so you had like some type of nostalgia, some type of good experience with friends, and like
Yeah. No, he
that's why
pulled
I
the Pika.
collect. Yeah, that's why I collect like the way that I collect. Like I have a bunch of battle styles, and people are like, "It's garbage. Why do you hold
I
on to
love
that?"
battle styles.
It's like, dude, because I had a good experience. It was like one of my first booster boxes I saved up for and opened with friends, and it's I will always remember
Yeah.
those moments, and it necessarily doesn't always have to be down to the freaking
Yeah.
down to the value, but that's not a sexy video to make for YouTube. But what's
Yeah.
Joey saying? Can't forget how good Crown
Joey
Zenith
can't forget.
is.
No, Crown Zenith is the best set of Scarlet or Sword and Shield, hands
Yeah,
down. Like
yeah.
I think it is the deepest set we've seen in forever. It has so much to offer. The pull rates are great. Jacob DeLombo, bruh, Pokemon straight up said they're printing Prismatic to the floor. Let's see it. Like, let's see it because I think the demand for that set as time goes on will probably be not as high, but I don't think. I don't know, man. I might be wrong here. Who knows? I think about it a
Nobody's
lot.
right though. Nobody knows.
It doesn't.
Nobody
It yeah.
knows.
It to me it doesn't matter. You got. I think what matters is do you have any or will you be buying any, and what's your price point that you're comfortable with?
Yeah.
Because I got four of them right there. I got four Pokemon Center. I literally got four Pokemon Center ETBs right there on my kitchen table.
You stack
Um,
those right there for the live.
those are ready to go. Yeah, I those are for sale. So hit me up on Instagram if you're looking to buy.
Those are damn live shill.
I'm not. That's and that's me. That's me saying like I believe I'll have more opportunities to buy this
Oh
again.
yeah,
This is the
100%.
second time I've sold off a
Yeah.
field because
Yeah,
I
bro.
believe
Like
we will have more opportunities for this set. So
that's why I said the same thing
don't
with
get
like
it
Destiny.
twisted.
It's like same thing I tell people with Destiny Rivals and Prismatic. I'm like, dude, you guys are gonna have time. Like you don't don't sell the house for this stuff right now.
Yeah.
Like
No.
we've been
I
here for a while and
yeah.
we've seen this stuff happen. It's gonna happen again. But what are you saying?
No, I was thinking about like how many times I've actually gotten Prismatic at retail and through online drops or actually I don't think I've ever bought any Prismatic in person. Um, yeah, it's not like it's readily available, but the online drops have been good. Like Costco, I hit Costco like two or three times um, for the regular ATB bundles, and then this is like my second set of four that I'm selling. I still have a case and one loose. I might keep one of those and then sell three. But like
Nice.
Prismatic, I sell it because I'm not super tied to it because I know that there is time on it. That being said, what's a data point that I find interesting on Prismatic Pokemon Center ETBs, it is the set that has had the most restocks of Pokemon Center ETBs ever. Like 151 only had one restock, and that was December of that year that it came out, and it hasn't restocked since. Um, so this being like the third drop is interesting. I wonder how many more they do for Pokemon Center ETBs. Um, if you can get them, keep them. Like, but I'm over here selling a bunch because I feel like you can get
I'm
more later later
I'm
on.
right there with you, dude. Like, yeah, I've already said
Yeah.
a million times. Like, I'm just gonna outweight the market. If if I don't get a chance to buy in, it's fine. I
Yeah,
think
because there's gonna be more great sets. That's the thing. Like Prismatic, in my opinion, it's a great set. Do I think it's the best set of Scarlet and Violet? No, I do not. It's the third in my opinion.
best card in
And I
Scarlet and
like
Violet.
I can't say it enough. I look at that card and then I go look at both Jolteon promos from Evolving Skies and I'm like, I'm sorry, Henry. I'd choose those 10 out of 10 times over
Yeah,
that card.
yeah.
Like that card is cool though because it does remind me of the Gold Star stance. It's almost the exact same but reverse
mm,
position. If you look
I
at it,
s-
it's the same kind of pose, which is
yeah.
cool.
I just think, like I said, there's gonna be time, and I'm right there with you, dude. Like, I think that people do
Yeah,
not need to freak out and just. There's a lot of overspending. There's a lot of overreacting. There's a lot of emotional buying right now, and
Dude,
you know.
I'm buying straight dust right now. Like the things that I'm actually buying for my collection, I don't, I'm not even gonna say it. Quilly and Pokeneer know what I'm buying, but aside from that, like I'm not I'm not buying a lot of slabs, dude. Like not like none of that stuff. Like that's actually I almost, man, I regret it. I should have bought that card. There was someone that was offering it to me for like 40 bucks raw, and I think it was a 10. And then I forgot to go back to the guy. I went to a card show this weekend, and you just
I'm all
reminded
in on
me.
Korean, guys. You guys already know the deal.
That's a
I'm
good
just
promo.
I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun. I think that a lot of people need to just have fun. You know, I think
Yeah.
the Pokemon hobby is way too serious right now. But to answer Quilly's question about the Ditto, bro, I have so
Oh,
my
you went
homegirl,
in on that ditto.
dude, I didn't get one.
Mm.
Like my homegirl, she just moved to Korea. Her husband, his family owned rental property, so they're going back and forth from Sacramento to Korea for like 4 years. She went to
Oh,
the festival, and she was saying it was only one per, but people were still finding a way to get more, and I just never got one. And I was like, it was, I think the last time I checked, it was like 40 something bucks, and I was like,
yeah.
it's cool, but I
It's
don't know.
yeah.
It didn't
Quilly's
really do it for me.
He's doing really well on that card from my perspective.
Yeah,
He's bought a lot and he's grading a lot with
yeah.
CGC. I think he's trying to get some. I think he did get some pristines if I remember
Nice, Quilly.
correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Like it's really nice to see the rise of the Chinese 151, and then like little cards here and there, Korean dittos. It's nice. It's refreshing.
There's two cards that I want. Well, there's three cards technically, but I'm not buying that card from the Chinese sets, and that's the
The Mew.
well, yes, I had an
Yeah.
opportunity to get that card at 2.5 at Raw and sealed in box. I should have. I really should have. But I look at that card and how much it's gone up within just like a couple months. It's kind of crazy. But no, I want the Arcanine um, Chinese exclusive SIR and the Mousehold
Yep.
SIR.
Yep.
Those two would be cool to have
Arcanine's
because
so sick, dude.
I actually really like the Arcanines.
So good.
It's one of the best Terra cards I've seen.
Yep, I agree. I'm gonna tackle this Pokeneer question. We are in a market high. It's a no-brainer. Sell now and buy again later. Market is cyclical. We know this. So,
Yeah.
this is why I have 2 boxes of Fusion Strike and 2 boxes of Lost Origin on Facebook Marketplace and offer up right now.
Have you
I'm
had
just
offers on
like,
that? What are people offering you
oh,
on
people
that?
always try to lowball me, but I just
What do you
tell
have
them
it
I
listed
have
at
800,
for
800
Fusion?
for Fusion, yeah, because the top was 850.
Yeah, I
And
think
I
it's
just
down a little
wait,
bit.
and I just
Yeah.
wait. There's gonna be someone that's gonna be in my backyard that's just gonna want it, and then I forget what I have lost the whatever market was like 2 days ago. They just put it
Yeah.
at that. Um, and I just want liquidity, and I want to start buying some. It sounds crazy, dude, but I'm gonna be buying like the Japanese evolutions, more Korean stuff, and just like I just want the cards, dude. Like I'm the sealed product. I bought in at like sub $100 for a lot of these boxes, and just it's just time. I don't really have that like attachment to the English market now as much as I cover it and I do the videos and stuff, but I just don't really. I feel like I could buy back later, and it's just not gonna. I don't know. That's just it, that may be an interesting take to a lot of people, but for me, that's just what's best for me. I want a lot of singles, and I can't afford them in English. I'm gonna be straight
Yeah,
up.
no,
So,
that's fair. That's fair. Speaking of
um,
singles, I've been picking up illustration rares for the binder, the English ones.
nice.
I need a few more for a few sets, but like I'm down to like I think like 10 cards before I have all of the Scarlet and Violet. I need like some of the big Pokemon Center ETB promos though. I've considered
Ooh.
opening one of my Pokemon Center. This sounds stupid, but I've been considering opening one of my 151 Pokemon Center ETPs.
Oh
Cause
shit.
that I don't want to spend $150 on that or $130 on that Snorlax promo. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
paid $55, $60 for that Pokemon Center ETB.
Yeah. You invest in English to fund your Japanese Korean collection. I love it. Exactly.
Honestly,
Exactly.
that's it's smart. I mean,
Bro, and like I had like a realization with myself, like I I don't want to like appease other people, or I don't want to like make other people happy. Like I want to just collect the way I want, as like unsexy as
As
that
you
is, you
should.
know?
Yeah.
And I feel like I have like an obligation to like collect and invest a certain type of way, you know, because I have the
I th-
channel. But then now I'm just like saying like I'm this is the path I'm going on. And I'm still gonna invest in English and I'm still gonna collect in English. It's just like sometimes when the money's good and the cycles are high, we just gotta sell at the all-time high, you know.
yeah.
Do I think that Fusion Strike's ever gonna come back down to like 550? I don't know.
Yeah, I
Do
don't know
you?
either.
Do
I
you?
don't know. Probably
Like,
not, to be
probably not.
honest.
Probably not.
But
Do I?
I also don't think that Fusion Strike should be the second set. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why the
So
market has
crazy.
chosen. Because like people
The
really,
market has chosen.
yeah, the market. It's just like people. The market chooses. Like we like as a collective just decide this together. Like not all of us agree, but it is what it is. But I disagree heavily with Fusion Strike being the second set. Do I think Gengar and Espeon are great cards? Yeah. Do I think the Mew VMAX is a great card? No. Mew V? No. Celebi? Yes, and it's still stupid cheap, so buy it.
Yeah.
Like, please, like that card
Please.
is like seriously. I only have the one graded 10, but that card has severely always been. I don't know. It's just not a card people want, and I think that's crazy to me.
Nah.
Um,
Yeah. The market, like I
but
said,
I
the
don't.
market will always
But that's
market,
it. That's
and
it.
it will determine who's like. I did not see Fusion Strike being the clear winner, number two
Yeah.
in this Sword and Shield era, bro. Like that was not on my bingo card, and I don't think if these people say that it was on their bingo card, all cap, all
Yeah.
cap. It was made fun
Because that
of for so long.
$85 a box. I remember watching PK's videos, Pokemon Knowledge, just literally he's like, I I fear nothing at $85 a box. Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, I wish I had more of that. I wish I had a lot more things, but I don't know. I wasn't that big on Fusion Strike. Um, yeah, I always saw Crown Zenith as like the top dog of the Sword and Shield era. Like
Yeah.
it's just something
Yeah.
else.
You think Crown Zenith is better than Evolving Skies?
No, but in a way, yeah. Like I think it has the most to offer compared to Evolving Skies. Like I would say Crown Zenith has just I always thought about this like from the jump that Crown Zenith has the best pack opening experience. Like people could rip like I think Rattle was trying to like open a pack of like Evolving Skies until he hit the Umbreon and it took him like a stupid amount. Like I remember popping into some of his lives when he was doing that, and
Oh
it
yeah.
was it was painful, dude. Like
Yeah.
it was absolutely painful. But then you look at Crown Zenith and like, sheesh, like you open 5 to 6 packs, you're probably gonna hit something. With my luck, probably not, but like you're gonna get like a cool trainer or gallery texture card or non-texture card, or you're gonna hit one of those gold cards because even the gold cards weren't that hard to pull.
Yeah. I just think when if we take the money aspect out of the two sets, I mean we got Darkrai. That's like one of my favorite Darkrai
That card
cards.
is cool. Yeah.
So good. And then
My friend
one of the
JD
best
actually gifted me that in a 10. That was one of the
and
few that I needed.
then one of the best Leafeon cards. Like
Yeah,
but
that card is great.
nobody wants that card, you know? Like it's
Yeah.
just it's textured, right?
Yeah. No, I wish
Yeah.
we got all of the
I,
Eevees in V Star like that because man, that would have been cool. But yeah, we only
that
got Glaceon and Leafeon.
yeah. That's probably going to be the next one to be shield, you know. Is Crown
I
Zenith
mean,
to
even the dogs, like the dogs are like some of my favorite cards in that set. Like I
so good.
absolutely, especially the Suicune and the Raikou, like those two alone, man. That Suicune is S tier.
So this guy, I only regret missing out on team up. I feel you, bro. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Me and
My
Eric on the last podcast, he thought it was still at 2K. That's how like that's how unaware he is. I was like,
Yeah.
how much is a
Oh,
team up?
damn.
And he, I don't know,
That
two
must be
2K. I was
nice.
like, Eric, No.
No. So my friend that I was telling you about, where him and I got back into the hobby with Vivid Voltage, like right before Vivid Voltage, we got boxes. He came over, he pulled the Pika. He actually ended up buying, I think it was Unbroken Bonds, Team Up, and one other. I think it was Thunder. What is it? Lost Thunder. He bought those three on Amazon for $200 a box. He still has the Team Up.
It's
Still
insane.
has it. Yeah.
You want to tackle this question? Have you guys invested in anything else? I was called crazy back years ago for buying 4,000. What's
CS:GO
C?
cases. CS:GO. Oh, wait.
Is that
CS:GO
Pokemon Go?
cases. I don't know. I'm thinking of Counter Strike Go. Like I don't know. I
Got it.
don't know what. I don't know what CS:GO case is
And
for.
they're
Let
now
me
over 10 each.
teach me.
Let me know
I'm
what you're
really
talking
curious
about.
what that he's talking about.
Yeah, me too.
CS:GO cases. Yeah, I don't know. Counter
It's way
Strike
deeper than
cases.
evolving, but the Moonbryon
Oh,
is supposed to.
They're loot boxes.
Hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I've been buying a lot of Lucario promos way before this. I have like over 100 of those promos. I'm a believer. I'm a big promo person. I learned a lot of lessons through promos over the last couple of years.
Oh yeah, do you know what everyone's asking in the chat about this shill bidding? This poncho
It's
shill
way
bidding?
deeper than evolving, but moving on is poster child of modern. Where? Opinion on
I
pop.
just put on screen.
Oh yeah. I know a little bit about it, but there's this person like they're known on Instagram. I won't say who, but like they've been very vocal that they shill bid their own cards that are put to auction on Golden, to make sure that the ponchos hit like a base of at least a certain amount, and if they don't go over, he pays for his own. But he's like pumping them to a certain point to get other people to bid higher.
It's nasty
Um,
work.
and he's like completely just like, I mean, I'm able to do it. It's illegal, but I'm able to do it. Um,
Nasty work.
yeah, I think you could probably like find a rattle video on it or something. I'm sure he's talked about it.
Yeah, right
I
now
don't.
it's just
Ponchos is goofy. Like I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but I think ponchos are the goofiest part
I think
of.
that was one of the first things you told me when we first started texting.
I
You're
can't
like,
stand ponchos.
yeah,
I'm so serious. Um, I think they're the silliest cards. Like
I don't mind
what?
them.
No, that's fine. Like I know I'm like very like aggressively anti ponchos, but just hear me out. From a nostalgia factor, what do they offer? Absolutely nothing. Do they look like fan made cards? Yes. Like I feel like I've seen Etsy promos of cards like that before they even existed. Like
Well,
I'm
you
so
hate
serious.
the Mario the Mario and
Dude,
Luigi
yeah.
ones even more,
I don't
right?
yeah. I don't know how I feel. I've never been a fan of those like type of crossovers. Like people
Yeah.
want crossovers with like Dragon Ball, and I'm like, no, bro. Let these
No.
things stay in their own lane. Yeah, Pikachu and clothes is like a big deal, and I don't get it. It's
Ye-
weird to me.
Yeah, no, I feel that 100%. Pikachu
Yeah,
and close though.
yeah, no, for real.
Yeah,
Like
Quilly.
they were priced right. They were priced right in 2016. They're not so priced right now. And I think they're just a vendor to vendor like blue chip that just keeps. I
So
have this
yeah.
whole theory of like, what is it called? The like collector spiral, where like vendor passes it to the next vendor for percentage higher, then they pass it to the next vendor. They pass it to the next until it's cycled out by a collector that buys and takes it out of circulation, and they're overpaying 30-40%, and it's just like
Yeah.
this new market high. These cars get pumped on auction, and it's crazy to me.
And
The
they're
market's
super
hot.
liquid, right? They're
Oh
super
yeah,
liquid?
like that's why every vendor has them. Like they just keep going, and that's fine. Like I'm okay with never owning one of those.
Yeah. So like he was talking about the Delta species Mimikyu promo being pumped. So like this is
That
we're
card was a collector's chest from 25th anniversary. That's that's crazy. Don't get me wrong, it's a cool card. I like the light toxicity a lot. It's probably like one of my favorites because it's just a paying homage to like Neo Destiny. Um, but yeah, people are like, it's crazy to me that people would pay that much for that card.
Yeah. Like in a bull market where you're going to see funny things, right? And we're going to
Yeah.
see shills to hell, and we're going to see market
And
manipulation. It's exhausting, bro.
it,
Like to
dude,
be,
that's why, yeah, I could not talk about that type of stuff on YouTube. Like that would drain me. It would not be enjoyable.
yeah,
Because like I think about, you know, how influential social media has become in this space since I've gotten back, and I've just seen it take over in a lot of ways through YouTube, through Instagram, through TikTok. Like people are constantly fed the same stuff on this on collecting, and it's always just the hype cycle stuff. So like it's it's crazy to me that people have a hard time thinking on their own on what to collect, and they get trapped into buying what everyone else is buying. And that's, I don't know, I think about it like 10-15 years from now, and it's like, what does your collection really mean to you? And it's going to be people just selling it because they have no attachment to it.
yeah, yeah. No, dude, that's deep. I mean, that's kind like I said, that's kind of why I
Mm,
am
mm.
moving away from some
God
cards.
damn, Quilly just hit that. Oh my God, hit that right, like
What, the
in the
sneakerhead
sweet
comment?
spot. Yeah, dude, that's so accurate. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. I
yeah.
agree. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, George Allen said, all it takes is someone with millions to shill and pay their own listings to keep raising the price. George, yeah, yeah, but it also takes someone with a couple thousand, you know, to
Yeah.
pump some of these illustration rares like we've seen in the past.
A lot of that
It's
has
just
come down. A lot of the illustration
yeah,
rares are like good, like fair price
yeah,
now.
yeah. I got a video coming out tomorrow about illustration rares with featuring Danny Phantom that
Oh
reacted.
yeah,
So
nice.
yeah, it's just I'm I'm just exhausted, bro. Like to be completely honest with the English market, and that's kind of why I tried to do other things because a lot of shilling, a lot of negativity, a lot of people just losing their marbles, and a lot of people going after each other too. You know, it just doesn't
Mm.
feel good. I mean, we talked about this last live, bro. Like
Yeah,
it
no, but
was,
I was gonna say like you gotta play the game, and I think that's where my, how do I say this? My perspective has changed a little bit, or like my mindset has shifted, just so that like I don't get into that negative space anymore. Because like
yeah,
things like it's great when things are booming because we are able to sell at prices we normally wouldn't be able to sell at. That's why I'm selling prismatic ETBs, because like
yeah,
in a bearish market, they might not go for as much as they are now, right? Whether
yeah,
we don't have them coming in like crazy or we do, I don't know. But like
yeah,
I'm still grading stuff. I haven't sent a sub off in a little while just because I don't feel comfortable at $19 a card.
yeah,
But I have a lot of stuff that I want to grade for vending. Um, and I just gotta wait till we get a special, and it's gotta come when PSA gives it to us, and I don't know when that's coming because it's been a while. It's been a while, and I'm
yeah.
paying for that membership and not seeing any specials for the past, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months.
Damn.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, like I think about how, you know, you gotta play the game. You have to, if you want to make money in this hobby too, because like yes, I'm a collector, but I also flip cards, I grade cards, sell cards. I don't know. I do all of that, and I think that you, I don't know. You gotta be okay when we're in these types of markets with selling, even if it's some of your PC. Sometimes, what
Yeah.
money eventually corrupts everything. Bay Area vendors are selling their stuff at 130% comps. I mean, yeah, because these Bay Area vendors are telling you that this card's going to be X amount more in a couple of years.
You see
I
this
can't.
one? Some guy in Tijuana sold me some ponchos for cheap.
Heck
Y'all
yeah.
tripping? Probably
Boom.
about $5. But yeah, but I mean,
That
Jake, that's
Etsy guarantee at the is coming in for sure.
that's funny. That's kind of why when I text you like in the morning,
Amir's trolling.
when I text you in the morning, bro, like sometimes I'll just be like reacting to or just watching videos, but I'll react a certain way and I'll kind of text you to see like if I'm tripping. Most of the time I'm tripping, You know, you kind of like, and then you kind of like bring me back like
Sure,
to the
yeah, no,
ground. I'm like,
we
okay,
don't we
yeah,
don't need
I
that
did see
person.
that. I didn't see that that point of view, you
Yeah,
know, where because you know, so that's why I appreciate you, like real talk.
no, I appreciate
You
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 too, dude.
you kind of keep me grounded when I just want
When
to.
yeah, by the way, poking near Yvonne's wondering when you're coming to another Bay Area show. I
When's the
said that
next one?
earlier.
I got hella Lost Origin ETBs I want to dump.
I think there is a East Bay card show coming up in Burlingame in a couple weeks. Might be
I
worth
got
it.
a I got a Lost Origin ETBs I want to dump. I got some Fusion I want to dump ETBs. I have Paldea ETBs. I have some Shiny Star V and V Star Universe
I
booster
would hold V
boxes.
Star Universe.
I got a lot of it. It's fine.
Do
It's not a
you?
big deal. Yeah, I got like 5 boxes.
Oh, okay.
I could dump one. To have fun, you know, have fun with the boys on a Saturday. You know,
Yeah,
that's like
no, definitely.
that's a nice little penny right there to have fun. So I had so much fun, dude. I still talk about the last card show with you guys.
Yeah,
That was
that was
freaking
fun.
great, you know.
Yeah, it
And I learned
was.
a lot, dude. Like I really did learn a lot, and it was cool to be like in that environment. Like you know, last time I did that, I was probably 12, you
Yeah,
know, 10.
damn.
So I almost went to the Vegas card show in June, but my mom got sick, so
Have
I'm
you
going.
sold Eric on Card Party?
No, we can't go. Yeah, he can't go. So
Ah, that's unfortunate.
I'm still hopeful that I mean I might just schmob by myself. So
I mean, you got time.
still
It's
might
not
be.
until October.
Yeah, yeah, we still got time. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's all how this crypto cycle plays out in the next 3 to 4 months is if I have
I'm
extra
curious
cash.
about
But
Nick's comment. I remember the Juniper Premium tournament collections, but I don't remember what was in those. What pack selection was in that, Nick?
which I play I've been making recently is buying the Professor Juniper Premium Tournament. Is that the milk carton?
I think so.
I have one right here. I think it's Silver Tempest, Astral, and Vivid. I think it comes with
Oh,
six
that's
packs.
so random.
Super random. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been playing buying Professor Juniper Premium Tournament collections feels like the price for those, considering the pack selection is pack selection is really good. Those are
There
like
was a
interesting. Those are like interesting things to both collect and to invest in. I think those still do well because of how niche they are. You know, I do like watching the people that make videos of like what they're investing in, but of just like random things like that. You know, I'm like, oh,
yeah.
those might do well. I don't know about going like selling the house for the
No,
milk
no, but
cartons,
like there is a lot
but I
of
think they'll
like
do well.
there's a lot of arbitrage in like some of those random products that have some of those good packs in it, like people weren't paying attention to. Like I still think something that's really cheap for what it has in it is the no, it's 7 packs, one chilling, one evolving, two fusion, and three.
Oh,
Jesus,
dude, there's
that's
no see.
crazy.
I just opened one of those like not too long ago, and mine did not have that.
Well, they will. I don't know when you got yours, but like they will. Like they've done it with tins where like it's completely
Yeah, yeah,
different
yeah,
packs. So
yeah.
there's a shot. Who knows?
Mine was the boo boo pack. I
That's
got the.
actually incredible. But no, I was gonna say the RCS figure collection. It has Brilliant Stars,
I got you right here.
Chilling Rain, and Cosmic.
This one
Yes, sir. Yes,
got
sir.
caught.
And that promo is actually considered like by PSA as an alt art, so it's one of the well, it's actually one of the harder ones to grade. I still
Should I
have one
keep
box too.
should I keep it sealed, guys? What's the investment on plushies? Remember, Jake, we're supposed to
Is
create a
that what's
plushie.
that Pokemon's name? Panchan?
Catch
Is
him.
that yeah.
Catch him. Remember, we're supposed to make a YouTube investing plushie channel.
Gosh.
Yeah,
I what was the last one I picked up? I got Mewtwo.
plushie, sitting cutie, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the
Fire.
sitting cutie. I got it for Andrea, but she basically just let me keep it.
She's
With
like,
the
I'm
rest,
good.
with the rest. She's like, yeah. She had it at the office for a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's tackle this question. If you had a choice to open a booster box of 151 or Terastal, which would you choose? Booster bot.
Japanese.
Oh, Japanese. Yeah. 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 Well, can I open like 2 boxes of Terrestrial because of the difference, or does it have to be 1 for 1?
No, 1 for 1 retail price.
What are we doing? Are we just having fun with the boys,
Yeah,
or are we
yeah,
just like, are we trying to?
yeah. You're guaranteed the hit. That's why I was gonna say 151 with Terrestrial Festival because you guaranteed at least one SIR.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks, Quilly. 2 Terrestrial. All right, now we're talking. I'm going still 151.
A lot of those or SARs are really cheap right now from Terrestrial.
Yeah.
Like really,
Yeah.
even the tens. Like I think the Roaring Moon, the Raging Bolt, they're like $60 cards in a 10.
$40, guys. I'm gonna shill this.
Yeah,
That's like
I think
that's like the new hot word, right? Shilling. Everyone was. That's the
what does Joey call it? Hyper
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 shill.
shill. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
good. So good.
What up, Shug? Hyper
Yeah.
being
How about you, Jake?
disrespectful.
What would you rather open?
Um, I'm a boomer, so I'm gonna go with 151 and hope
Dang,
I get
freaking
that. Hope I get that
boomer.
God pack, and
What a boomer.
I get the Gengar Master Ball.
That's funny.
Yeah.
My barber literally he just got back into Pokemon. He like refuses to open anything but 151.
I'm
Like he'll
telling
pay
you,
what
bro.
like
151 is for the boomers, baby.
I was like, dog, there's like I was like, there's like this 151 and other sets,
Turbo
right? Like
Shell.
I was like, bro, there's Kangaskhan and Destined Rivals. And he's like, nah,
Yeah,
only 151. So funny.
it's a good set, man.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. It's
I
good.
think about like all the. I think you mentioned it. The Kangaskhan should have been in 151, and I think about all the Kanto illustration rares that have come out since 151, and I'm like, damn, yeah, they really could have done a black and white set. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
easily. Yeah. Let's see. Although 151 SAR is a lot more. That's crazy rabbit hole to fall down the plushie game. Dude, don't fall down the rabbit hole of the plushie game. You'll end up with a floating Squirtle.
yeah, dude.
Look at that dog.
I've got one, two. I've got Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, Aaron, um, Mewtwo, Snorlax, Greninja, Tyranitar, and Lugia.
Yeah, it's just I get bored sometimes, guys, of just collecting cardboard. Just want a plushie. I'm searching
Yeah.
for that. I'm searching for that Dragonite Squishmallow and the Flareon sleeping Flareon thing. It
Is
just
it
came
like a
out.
pillow?
Yeah, it just came out.
Oh, like the
Yeah.
Squirtle and Slowpoke
Mm-hmm.
that they did? Oh, cool.
Yep. Yep. That's my girl's favorite. One of her favorite Pokemon is Flareon.
Flareon.
Yeah.
Nice. Jake,
Turbo Shield.
You have a trainer plush? What is it?
That's crazy.
What? I don't have a trainer. You're out of your mind, bro.
You're crazy, dog.
When did I say a trainer?
That's-
You're out of your mind. I do not have a trainer. Oh yeah, yeah. Aaron, yeah.
All right, let's.
Aaron. Aaron. I
Is
don't
this
even know
is
who.
so Pokéneer is Yvonne?
Yes, I do, Yvonne. I'll grab it right now. I want to show you guys this because yeah, that's Yvonne.
Oh, sick. I thought Quilly was Yvonne the entire time. I'm so sorry, guys. Is Jake gonna go grab his trainer plush? Is that what's happening? That's, bro, Jake comes back with a life-size Husbano.
It's life size, but no.
That's
Pokéneer
crazy. Oh, that's
Pokéneer
not.
gifted me this.
That's so fire, dude.
It's screen printed.
So
Shit, where's the
fire.
camera? Yeah, there's a glare, but where am I? There we
That's sick.
go. Yeah. It's screen printed. It's actually really fire. He has the Japanese
That's
hollow version. He
bruh
won
with the
this. There was
Squirtle
only like
squad.
I can't remember how many there were made. It might say it on here, but it's probably covered by the frame. But yeah, it's like all based on the anime. Yeah. Where's the goat? I think I just saw the goat. Oh yeah, there's the goat. Right there.
Mewtwo?
Blastoise. No, Blastoise.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
I was like,
Yeah,
that's
massive,
freaking
bro.
great.
Yeah, it's in the closet for the time being. Andrea would kill me if I try to. What if I hung it while she was out? No, she actually
So
tried to have
funny.
me. She tried to have me hang it on this wall, but it was a little too small.
Dude, when you come visit, dude, my house is like a Pokemon freaking museum, bro. Like my girl, she paints everything,
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
why I wish you guys came over last weekend. I could have showed you the entire collection. We got to flip through like 8 binders of WotC and my
Fire,
illustration rare binder, the sealed collection, all
fire.
that stuff.
What's MK Henry is bloat? What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
M. Okay, Henry is blocked. I don't know what you said, but he's saying he's trolling. He's saying you said something, and so he's blocking you.
Oh,
Jake,
the
at this, yeah, bro. Quilly's trying to make me pronounce why Aaron? Why is it Aaron? There's no way that's how you pronounce Aaron's name. Aaron. Is it supposed to be like iron? But no,
I
no.
have no idea what you guys are even
Somebody
talking
correct
about.
him. What's this Pokemon's name?
Uh, I have no idea.
It's Aaron.
Oh, I don't think it's
Oh
Aaron.
yeah, he's saying Aaron. It's Aaron.
Oh,
It's A.
A
It's
round. Oh, he evolves into
Agron.
Aggron, right?
Yeah, Laron and
Yeah,
Agron. Yeah, I can't.
yeah, yeah. Pseudo
Aaron.
pseudo legendary.
Yeah, so basically the Tyranitar of Gen 3.
Yep, exactly. So, so I wanted to ask you an actual question, Jake.
Sure.
I think everyone had their fun. Uh, so as I was like, let me get in one since I got Jake, and it doesn't happen often. But since we're kind of closing off the Scarlet and Violet era, what was some of your highs and like lows of this era? And it can be like, you know, a card show experience, you know, starting your channel, new friends, highs and lows, highs or a high or a low, you know, if you're comfortable feeling a low. I don't know.
Repeat that again. Sorry.
Just, you know, we're closing up the Scarlet and Violet era. Was there any like highs and lows for you that are really memorable?
Highs. I would say Card Party last year was a great time. Um, and I think we had a barbecue at my friend Coleman's house, all ripped Crown Zenith. It was Scarlet and Violet. We had Paldea packs. We had a bunch of different Scarlet and Violet packs that we ripped at the barbecue. That was a good time. Lows. Uh, we won't get into that. We
Yeah.
won't get into that. Not on a
I'm
live.
saying like maybe like a not like a life low, but a Pokemon low, you know? Like did we see
Yeah,
that
I
the
think I
hobby
just
was going to
got.
get
Yeah, I think. I mean, I went through a rut with like just the way that the market was and the way that like I got thrown into the vortex, the void of content and people just regurgitating the same thing and like the negative things that were happening with like the whole Costco things and just like people fighting and I'm just like this sucks. Like this is not what it's about.
yeah.
But I shook that off. Yeah, dusted off my shoulder. But yeah, I mean Scarlet and Violet's been exciting. I think like I was really pissed off that Sword and Shield didn't have a Blastoise alt art. Like I wanted a V Blastoise. Like we got the Blastoise V and like I think it was a battle deck, and then we got the V Max that wasn't an alt art, but we got like 4 Charizard alt arts. So I was just like, I'm pissed. But we got 151, and
Yep.
151 is
Super
such a
tough.
great set.
Super
I
tough
love
blast.
that. I think I really loved from Scarlet and Violet. I'm a boomer, so like Destin Rivals, Journey Together, 151, um, Paldea Evolved. I'm almost done with every illustration rare. I have every SIR from 151 and PSA 10, but I need like 2 or 3 more illustration rares and 10s to have like the full set. I think I need. What do I need? Tangela and like some of the cheaper ones, Mr. Mime, but like I'm really close. That's really cool to have. Like like I said, I really like that set. But and then Destin Rivals, like I've people really fell off that. I'm just so glad we got like a Rockets themed set in 2025. It's been so long since we've had something like that.
With Johto love,
Um,
right? With Johto love.
yeah, no,
So,
definitely. Shug, the most expensive card I bought, or like value wise? That's the question. I need to know before I answer that.
Let's how about both?
The most well, the card that I want to say I did both because I traded into it and I added cash on top, but it was my first Ed Blastoise PSA 9 Shadowless.
Mm,
Um,
damn.
yeah, that was I traded a bunch of like moderately played to near mint shinings. I didn't have the Charizard, so I had all of them except Charizard. And the interesting thing was I was at Card Party 1. It was 2023. Yeah, 2023. Yeah. Um, that was a great time. Picked up my first gold star there, which was crazy to think about. But yeah, I traded a bunch of shinings, and the cool thing was I traded them to Gary's Pokemart. So friend of mine in the hobby, he
Yeah. Hmm.
vends, he does all these other things. He does like whatnot streams. He has a few shops in like Malibu area, and I sold them to him. But then he had sold those cards to someone else, but asked him to grade them. So I got to see the grades for a lot of those cards. I was relieved to know that a lot of them didn't do well, and I was okay with letting them go. But the Gyarados Unlimited got a 9, and that crushed me.
Dang.
Everything else was like some of them like shocked me because I thought they were in better condition than what they got. Like I think the Shining Steelix got a 4, and I was like, what? Like it was near, like it looked near me. There must have been a dent on it that I didn't see, like a pin dot. Um, and I think the Magikarp got a 6, and then I think Raichu got an 8, but like I had a lot of those raw. But I was willing to part ways with them because I wanted to go for first edge shinings, and then I added cash on top to buy the Blastoise at 3.2. I don't even know what first ed blast is going for now. I think it's like 5 or 6, but I won't sell
Gosh.
that card. Yeah, no, I won't sell that card. Like that card's like such a special piece of my collection. I never got to pull it as a kid, and it's my number one Pokemon, and it's like in English the first big card with Blastoise, so I had to. Yeah, my Blastoise collection has been growing a lot lately, and not just cards. Like I just commissioned this artist. Her name's Chikorita. Chikorita something on Instagram. She does like her own sketches of artwork on different energies. There's a few really big
Oh, the one
artists
that we
that do
you,
that.
you showed me the
Yeah, I
last.
think so. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm having her commission the Dark Blastoise, which is my favorite art of
Fire.
Blastoise, and then
Yeah.
the Pop another Blastoise from Pop series. So yeah, I'm excited to see those. And then yeah, I have like a few just like non-card Blastoise things that I really like recently. I'm not answering your question about like highs and lows, but or I did, I guess.
You
Yeah,
did.
I'm
Yeah.
just kind of went off topic, but yeah, that's like the biggest card I bought and traded into. But like, yeah, a lot of the cards that I paid like just straight cash for that were a lot was probably like some of the gold stars that I bought last year, like Groudon and Kyogre. I think I bought Kyogre for 1,000, and I bought Groudon for 1,200, and
Jesus.
I bought Metagross for 900. But I think Metagross is silly right now. It's like 6K, 7K, and a 9, and I'm like, that's so stupid.
We are
I
we
should
are
probably
like
I yeah.
we are literal polar opposite collectors. Like
Well, I wish I went heavier on gold stars then. Like with the way things are now, I don't know if I'll be able to finish the goal that I had. I'm not gonna let that goal go though. Like I'm gonna just like that's the whole thing with me. Like I'm in this hobby for the long run. I'll be
yeah.
fucking 50. I'll be 50 in this hobby to some degree. Will I be as active in it? Probably not. But like I will be in this hobby for the long run, and I'll be patient with certain cards. I know right now, market's hot, content is hot. Like there's a lot of just eyes on this stuff right now. But do I see that like forever? No. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Did
Things
did you did
change.
you ca did you catch Pokemart USA's live with Nostalgianomics maybe like 2 weeks ago? He was talking about when Pokebeard talks about vintage, he gets like 5 or 10% of his views that he normally gets.
Interesting.
And yeah, like Alex spotted that. Do you see more eyes towards vintage? Does the bear or does the bull market affect the vintage
There's
cards that
just
you're kind of after?
I mean, I look at like what happened in like 2021 and 2022, or just the 2020 pandemic era, and I see like how prices went so like bonkers, and a lot of like even big cards did come down. Um, like First Ed Lugia, like those cards were like crazy high, and they came down a lot, but they didn't come down to what they were before. So like I don't know what the new lows are going to be on a lot of these cards, but like I'm not a believer in these cards at the values that they're in, and I could be wrong, and I could just you know not end up collecting the entire set. But I think about Rayquaza, for instance, or Umbreon. Umbreon's not a hard one to grade. Um, yes, it's like 1 in 45, 1 in 40 packs of Pop Series 5. I remember when those packs were like 4 or 500. I think they're like creeping up to 1,000, if not more now. But that card's not, it's a non hollow. It's basically should be treated as a common. But like gold stars, crystals, and shinings. Those are the things that people just want. They see them as the I don't know, they're like the blue chip of Pokemon
Yeah.
cards. You know what I mean? Like people treat them as like the grails of the hobby, and nothing has been able to outperform that up until maybe alt arts. There's just the thing is that those were printed during a time where especially gold stars, where the market was just non-existent almost. It's like the
Yeah,
hobby was really dying.
I think maybe I'm more speaking about like the not the blue chips, but like maybe some of the cards that are, you know.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's always pockets in this hobby that people aren't paying attention to, and there's a lot of
Hmm.
value in, or at least like prices that make sense. Um, so, like, no matter whether we're in a bear market, a bull market, those opportunities exist. With like just like fossil jungle base set stuff, like that stuff doesn't that stuff's not going up crazy. Like that stuff is everywhere. Like people forget how much base set was printed. It had like four big ass print runs. Like that went on for a long time, and it was hot.
Yeah.
And that stuff's especially they don't call it base set unlimited for no reason. Like it's
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 out there.
unlimited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
So like
I
a lot of base set unlimited nines are still really cheap. Like I think Blastoise is probably like 500 maybe in a nine. Like Charizard's the one that always like I think I mentioned this to you before because James Z&G has mentioned it, and it's always stuck with me ever since he said it. But a good way to like know where vintage and modern is by looking at Umbreon VMAX and Charizard base set in a PSA 9 and Umbreon in a 10.
mm,
And you can kind of dictate like what what's what's valued based off of those two cards in the market. So yeah, I've seen that. I've seen base set Charizard fluctuate a lot over the last 4 or 5 years. I've seen cards like Dark Charizard fluctuate a lot. I think that card hit really low in like 2023, 2024. It was like $500 in a nine, but I think now it's like 11 to 1200. Um,
damn.
yeah, there's certain cards that just like they keep going, bouncing between, and it's just about like as long as you're like comfortable and confident at the price you're buying in, you shouldn't really worry too much about your buy-in. But like, don't over leverage yourself. Don't overspend just because you feel like you have to have it now. Like, I would love a Gold Star Umbreon 9 or a Rayquaza VMAX 9, but not at these prices.
Yeah.
That's a whole that's a whole like RAV4. Like
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
even kidding, dude. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, no, because I don't my ear's not really to the vintage market like crazy. Besides like when I me and Eric send each other like best Lugias of all time, or we did the Rayquazas the other day, the Toothless Rayquaza. There's a lot of Rayquaza cards I didn't even know it was out there, so I started doing a little bit of deep dive, and I was like, huh, I wonder if these cards have been moving or they've been stagnant.
No,
Like I
they
don't
have
know.
all been moving. Like all the Rayquaza cards have been moving since Emerald or Storm Emerald has been announced. Like And it's even before
That's
that. Like
why.
Pokemon had been showing off a lot of like shining Rayquaza stuff on like social media for a little bit. I don't know when that was. That was probably like, I don't know, 6 months ago. I can't remember, but like they kept showcasing shiny Rayquaza for no reason. Like it wasn't related to any sort of like marketing or anything. It's just random. And now that they announced this Storm Emerald set, like yeah, that's gonna be a Rayquaza set. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's in the name. Um,
Yeah.
so a lot of like random Rayquaza cards, like Celebrations Rayquaza, VMAX, not VMAX, but what is it? What what is it? Rayquaza is it an EX? I can't remember. But the Celebrations one,
Yeah.
I think it's a
V.
mega Rayquaza. No, it's a mega
Oh, the
Rayquaza.
Mega Rayquaza. You're right. It is an EX.
Yeah,
I think. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, yeah. Quilly's also saying, yeah, Japanese Unlimited is super
Oh yeah,
underrated too.
dude.
Yeah,
The
that stuff's
when you
everywhere.
go to Japan, that's all you see. That's
Yeah,
all you see is
yeah.
vintage. It's like
Shiny Ray always draws the crowd. Yeah, it always will. Like it's such a, especially that gold star. Like that art is just something else. But
yeah, it's
yeah,
insane. Yeah, it's yeah, it's just something I haven't watched. I was like, maybe you talked to Pokebeard and he kind of was like, the vintage market's going crazy, you know? I don't
no,
know.
I'm actually surprised. I'm not surprised that his vintage videos don't do as well because people don't want to watch that content. They want the new, they want the hype, they want the stuff that's coming out. It's not, they don't even want the stuff that's in front of you. Like Destin Rivals is here. Where were you like all like 3 months ago? That's all you guys couldn't stop talking about. But now that it's here,
Yeah.
no one wants it. And like I don't know. It is what it
What
is. It's how the
do you
hobby goes.
do you think it's just it's the short-term memory thing, or is it the new shiny object thing, or is it just
I mean, there's got to be
people?
a point where there's fatigue. Like how much can one person just be chasing the next best thing over and over and over again? Like
Yeah,
that's gotta do a lot. Um, I just bought an Emery Quasi EX. I'm looking at Shug's comment.
I
Wrong
got it right here.
skies and an old label CGC pristine 10 for 200. Am I gonna? Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got a comment earlier today. They're talking about Prismatic and he was like he's like, dude, I've literally just gotten destroyed on Prismatic. He's like, a lot of people are just feeling exhausted. And then I started a comment thread of people who are just like, I'm tired of not pulling anything. I'm tired of all these new sets. I was like, set
Yeah,
fatigue has started to creep in into the Pokemon space once more.
yeah.
And especially into these sets that people really, really want those evolutions. They really, really want those. What's the top chase in English in Destin Rivals? Is it
Mewtwo.
Cynthia? Oh, Mewtwo.
No, Mewtwo.
But that's a controversial card though. Like people love her, they
Yeah,
hate
people are.
it.
That's the thing. It reminds me a lot of the sentiment on Lugia V when it came out. Like that card,
Mm,
the hobby was divided on that card. I've always been a
mm,
believer in both of them. Like I actually like both.
yeah.
Um, yeah, Shug, you're gonna print off that card, and you're probably gonna need to put in more steps because you're gonna need to be running to the bank soon. Um, no, Shug's part doing this challenge along with a bunch of other people where they're basically like putting in steps every day, and I think Shug could probably talk more about it. I'm not too knowledgeable on it, but like some of the people in the hobby are doing this thing every year where they're doing it for some sort of cause. I'm sorry, I'm totally not sure what it's for, but it's a positive.
Mm.
And they're all tracking their steps every day.
I heard Jake seems to really like slabs, but I don't know. I just don't see it. What do you guys think of binder collections?
Hey,
I'm a binder
wait, who
collector.
said that? Project Season?
VC
Oh,
Crown.
hold on. All right.
Oh God. Yeah. If you guys, I mean, if you guys are fans of the channel, I'm only a binder collector. I collect lightly played, moderately played stuff, even EXs,
Crown wants a show and
Korean.
tell.
Let's see it, Jake. Let's
All
see
right.
it. Oh, he's a fake. Look,
This
the
is
first
good.
page empty.
Yeah, all right. I got to do the empty page. Oh no, this is gonna be tough. These are all cosmic, brilliant stars, trainer
Jesus.
gallery in order. Come on now.
In order.
It's all complete for trainer gallery. And then I got some holes in Crown Zenith. but I have these in tens. These are all graded in tens. And then
Crazy.
some of the promos, and then Scarlet and Violet base, Paldea, Obsidian 151, Paradox, Temporal, Twilight, Shrouded. It goes on. This is all English. Yeah, that's one of my favorite binders. All right, Crown. How are we feeling now?
Had to flex on him real quick.
No, yeah, because
How to do that?
I can get that. Like I see like I love binders. Like I have like 8 more up there for mostly like my vintage stuff from back in the day. But that stuff looks so good to flip through. That binder is so fun to flip through, especially for people that don't even like collect Pokemon.
Yeah,
Um, I'm
kids.
like anyone, like
Yeah,
even like yeah, just people that look at that are probably gonna like start looking at Pokemon cards online and be like, all right, what am I missing out on?
yeah.
Yeah, Voltex.
Having a binder collection is so fun. So when
It's
people
so
come
fun to
over,
flip through. When people over and they get to flip through it with
yep,
you, dude, I
yep,
absolutely love it, dude.
yeah,
That's I swear I was like, man, I hope Henry and Eric come over because I'd love to like
yeah. But I'm about bringing the
show them
binders
because
out.
like especially the vintage stuff, I don't get to open it too much and yeah, that stuff would be nice to look through. I should probably flip through it again. Maybe I do a
That's
video on the
sick.
vintage binders.
I love,
Yeah.
I love, I love binders. If you don't collect vintage, you don't want to hear about vintage. Same thing goes for vintage only collectors. They don't care about modern. Absolutely. It's
I love
pretty
it all,
much how,
man.
yeah. Which is it's silly, dude. It's like but Yvonne, I'm seeing a little bit of the ultra modern people trickling and seeing what they've kind of missed. I'm Sun and Moon is ultra modern, correct?
I would say ultra modern is anything that's in print. I consider
Oh,
it
imprint.
modern, but
Okay.
not ultra modern.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, a lot of people are looking at, Sun and Moon now. So,
yeah.
um, let's
I
see.
don't know if you've seen AGS Labs. I used to crack 9.5s and send them to PSA for 10s. I used to do that a lot. That was a play. AGS Labs were really cheap.
Let's see. Listening on my room right now. Voltex. I learned. There's so many. We just started covering the binders and hella questions came in. Oh my gosh.
Crown, wow, dang, that's a nice binder. I apologize, Jake. My bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
good, bro. No, yeah, I love my binders. I love grading cards. I have to do an updated video on both of those things at some point.
Yeah, um,
You know
it
what I've
feels
been
like
you know what I've been selling? Sorry, I just realized. You know what I've been selling a lot of recently?
what
Graded guards, bucko.
I.
Dude, I sold 4 guards for almost $400 on Friday.
Oh my god.
And I just sold a few more today for 150.
They're
Yeah.
super cool, dude. They're really cool.
They're
But I
cool,
don't
but
know
they're
about
not
the.
that cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't.
It's a shit. Oh my gosh. He's a friend of ours, but we typically sell him our extra graded guards that we don't want when we buy them for what at cost. But because the market's so hot, like there's no way I could sell them to him for retail, knowing that I could sell some of these for as much as they
Yeah,
go for.
that's hella funny. Yvonne said, "Yeah, it's natural to get interested in modern the longer you stay active in the hobby and dive into the history and older cards. It's happening to a lot of people that entered in the last few years. Absolutely. Yeah, it's like it's cool. Like when I do my market watch videos, I like to throw in some vintage at the end, to kind of put
Yeah.
people's ear to the Pokemon streets, the vintage streets, because there's so many cool. Like I was sleeping on Sun and Moon. Like I did a deep dive in Sun and Moon,
Yeah.
and I was like, I mean,
No, there's a lot.
we,
Even the non-textured tag team stuff was
bro.
severely undervalued for a long time. I think it's probably a little overpriced right now, but like for the longest time, that stuff was really cheap.
I'm talking just straight art. You can go blow for blow in
Yeah,
sword and shield. Like
yeah.
art was. I mean, that's the beginning of the alternate art, right? According
Well,
to ChatGPT.
technically
X,
X and
yeah,
Y,
X and Y. Okay.
X and Y had a few like non-textured, like basically illustration rares.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a handful of those. They're actually really
Yeah.
low pop too.
Yeah.
Those are
I
like
feel like
really hard
I
to
feel like
get.
as much like craziness we have with like ultra modern, it does feel like there's a lot of people that are gonna stick around for like for the next, maybe 5, 10 years, who knows? And but then
Hmm.
also like contribute to the vintage and kind of deep dive in those. I mean, we're kind of seeing it with as far as like volume in other sets. So it's interesting. It's interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
I like how people are kind of spreading their wings a little bit more. I mean, you get in. I mean, because I started, it was all English, and then I, started to deep dive into other places. So
Yeah, there's so much to
mm,
dive into. That's the thing. Like, I that's why I can't stress it enough. Is like, don't follow the hype. There's so much more in this space uh, that people don't have eyes on. That is just incredible art. Um, Suge brought up, dude. This I think about all the time, dude.
for sure,
Knowing
dog.
that, like, yeah, Suge. I can't. Do you remember exactly when you got back in? But I have legitimately been locked in like the Matrix in this hobby since 2020. Like my friend Matt, the one that I came back in with Vivid,
Yeah,
he's been in and out, but like mostly out for the majority of it. He was actually, I think he was collecting all of just not first edge shadowless PSA nines for a while, and then he kind of fell out, and he's been like literally out, and he'll check in and be like, "Dude, what's going on? I hear like this new set's hard to find." I'm like, "Yeah, don't buy it right now. It's too
yeah,
expensive,
yeah,
my
yeah,
guy." And then
yeah,
he's like, "I'm like, Matt, I need to help you go through your storage unit because you have that team up box that is like 5 or 6K right now, dude. Like you need to
yeah,
put
yeah,
that thing in an acrylic box." So I'm supposed
yeah,
to like, I'm going on a tangent here, but I'm supposed to help him like literally organize all of it because he's got a ton of hidden fates, like double packs, sleeve packs, of Fusion Strike out the wazoo. Like he's got a crazy like sealed collection that he went in on during that time. And I think about like I'm really thankful for my entry point back in, but there's always wishing we were here earlier because
yeah.
I wish I never left in 2010. When I was
Same.
collecting in 2010 and 2012, dude, like I look back and that's so crazy to me that modern nobody, like, and I mean nobody had anything to do with modern. Like this was like Heart Gold Soul Silver era if I remember correctly, and people
Woo.
did not. But dude, no one. I was still looking at base set and Watson era
Yeah,
stuff. Like I
yeah,
wasn't paying attention to any of that. And to know that like that was the hobby for the longest time up until probably Pokemon Go, um, which just brought a lot of people back in and following modern more consistently. Uh, it's just crazy to me. 2020 was built different. I made a lot of mistakes. I learned a lot of lessons. To what happens when you come back into this hobby or you get in this hobby. But like, there's a lot of good resources now, and there's a lot of good takes that you can hear on social media, on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. But there's also a lot of garbage. So
yeah,
I feel for new people that are in this hobby, that are trying to really engage and lock in and learn, and having to filter through the weeds because there's a lot of weeds.
yeah.
Um,
I I I
at the end,
miss. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say at the end of the day, you should really just collect what you really enjoy because if you're just chasing hype or value, like I said earlier, you're gonna have people that have these collections in years from now that are just like, I'm not attached to it. This doesn't mean much to me, and they just offload it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I miss the times where when I first got back into the hobby where just like ignorance was bliss. Like I just went to a card shop, saw some cards, grabbed some cards, didn't know what set it came from, didn't care. Rip packs, didn't know what was in the packs. I just saw cool art, and then to
yeah,
what it is now, it's like everybody knows everything about that set before it even comes out. And it's kind of dampens the experience a little
yeah.
bit for me.
No, 100%. Yeah, I no, I think about Crown was like I was. If you were collecting back then, did you notice the same thing? I don't know what he what he means by that. Like,
Did you uh, let's see if you were collecting back then, do you notice same thing as hmm
oh, yeah, I'm not
actually
sure.
wonder.
I'm curious what he's asking. Um, but like for instance, first edition wasn't a big deal. People like the price difference between first ed at that time was really low. Um, but man, if I can go back, I would have been buying base set packs were 30 to 40 bucks at that time. A friend of
Same.
mine that was actually collecting WotC binders like sets with. He had bought a few packs trying to pull the Charizard himself from a local shop in the mall. It was a sports card shop, and they were like, I want to say like 40 or 50 max.
This question was above that. I was
Uh,
actually wondering. I watched a recent video on Distant Rivals. I remember when I was younger, same thing happened with Team Rocket set and release. That people were bearish VC crown or
yeah, I mean, I don't think Team Rocket was actually all of that liked, if I remember correctly, compared to
mm,
like the first three sets. Um, because I think either Base 2 came out. No, was it Base? I can't remember when Base 2 came out. If it was before gym sets, I think it was before the gym sets. But those two sets I think were back to back, if I remember correctly, and that was kind of a lull. Yeah.
yeah. See, that last video. You know, it looked like a negative thumbnail and stuff, but like and if you watch the video, I was praising that I actually liked a lot of the singles, and I think that's funny that people are so bearish on the set. I mean, it did well, dude. It got 2K in like a day, which is insane for my
Yeah.
channel.
I'm
Um,
slacking, dude. Like I haven't made a video in 6 months, and that's or has it been 6 months? No, I don't think it's been that long.
well, bro, I thought I was gonna
It's been
lose my
like three or
job,
four
so
months.
your boy went into overdrive.
Make that content, boy.
So
Hell
I
yeah.
was like, I gotta make some extra cash. So I just started, you know. But I mean, my takes have still been the
Yeah.
same. But yeah. What was I gonna? What was I gonna say? I was fine. I saw one. You notice too many cards. Keep track.
What have you picked up at all recently?
I got a couple of Destin Rivals boxes coming.
How
From
much did you
Japan.
pay on those? Oh,
From
Japanese?
Sunil. From my homie Sunil. He's in Japan
Oh,
right now.
Sunil
Yeah.
Sunil. Wait,
Uh, do you know him?
is it wait, is it the guy that we talked about on Twitter that had the drop? Should I say it?
Maybe.
Remember we talked about drops?
Oh no, that's not Snail.
So,
No,
oh,
no.
okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, my boy Sonny. Yeah, so I'm actually gonna have him as a guest when he comes back. He's on his honeymoon. He's going to he's in Thailand right now, but then he went to Japan earlier.
Mm,
So he's giving me some Thai boxes, some Thai fusion arts, got for 150 bucks, and then some Destin Rivals. But
nice.
I wanted to have him on on. I don't know if it's gonna be like a podcast style video, but he literally took the entire SV9 off completely and still is collecting Sword and Shield. So I think he's like such an interesting person to have
Yeah.
on just a full on like 2 hour conversation because like, dude, he's has no interest. He thinks it's all garbage. Like still investing and buying Sword and Shield.
I mean,
And
it's
he's
not
like,
a
I'm gonna
bad.
pop in. He's like, I'm popping in during megas, and then we'll go from there. And I was like, how do you do it? Like, what is your mentality? You know, I think it's
Yeah,
super
cuz like
interesting.
no, I think it is interesting. I think like you don't have to like spread yourself thin and go on everything, and that's something
Hmm.
I've learned with like the way I collect sealed stuff now. Like I'll probably have the most in like two sets now. Like I'll have a few like here and there of like Pokemon Center ETBs I want to continue to do because I've been consistent. I have every single Pokemon Center ETB, I think. I should. Um, but like when it comes to like investing in stuff, I'm just gonna put it in sets that I actually believe in, regardless of what people feel about it. Like I
Yeah,
have my own, yeah,
yeah.
I have my own
I'm s-
thoughts and opinions on things.
I'm kind of the same way. Like I'm still gonna invest and collect in what I had fun because I'm just thinking, 20 years down the line, someone's gonna have fun and remember those nostalgia moments as well. But I'm going to double down on the blue chips, the 151s, the Destined Rivals. I told people on that channel on that video as well, is like if you guys don't see that Destined Rivals is going to be potentially number two best as far as like investability.
My
It's gonna
favorite sets,
and not now,
like,
guys, and not now,
yeah,
not now. And you may
I
not get an entry. That's the thing. Like we may not get an entry. You have to like, you have to wait for the pullback, see consolidation, and then go with a good entry. And then if it rides, it rides. If it comes down, you DCA. Sorry to use like classic stock and crypto trading terms, but like we can definitely apply it to Pokemon. So what were you saying, Jake?
no, I was just gonna say there's three sets that I just know are gonna do well regardless, and that's 151 Destined and Prismatic. Like they're just gonna do it. Like
Yeah, it's
you can hate the sets, you can think the sets are mid, but I I just know that these sets will do really well, like regardless of what people think of it right now. Like I look at like Lugia V, like there was a big like there was a lot of people that were not into that card. There was a lot of people saying that card's not rare because they had um, those
the lunch
tins that
boxes, the
yeah
lunch boxes.
whatever it was. I can't remember what the product, but like they were like hit after hit. But you look at that card now, and it's like people that those like data points are just like it's just a raindrop in the ocean. Like
Exactly.
it's they're just gone and forgotten about, and um, that happens a lot in this hobby. Like context just gets lost over time,
Yeah.
and that's what happens when new people come in these like in waves where we're just like in such high demand. People don't have any context on any of this. Like Greninja promo, like what are we doing? Like I have such a yeah. I was in here during Celly and celebrations, and I'm just like, really? Like the things you can
Yeah.
buy at that
It,
price, it makes no sense.
yeah. It's so funny to see how people's reaction to or people's
Yeah.
what people want to buy or what people want to or how people don't want to invest in Destined Rivals like long term when we do see a potential correction. I'm like, guys, look at the set. It's
Yep.
such a strong set. You guys like you guys hyper FOMO this set, like going all the way up to it. It came release. Booster box still doing well, still holding up. But once we see those reprints and it comes down, we're gonna see who's the smart investors and who's
What
really
I'm
not.
really
Because
what I'm really curious about is what the reprint will look like for Journey Together and how it affects the booster box. Because like that booster box is just floating at like 200 right now, and I'm like,
mhm,
if there is a like, I'm wondering if Pokemon's actually going to do a large reprint on it. I the way they plan that stuff out, there's a big possibility that it could be a larger reprint than people expect, and it could bring that price down quite a bit. But if it's not and it stays consistent, then I look at sets like Destin and I'm like, okay, does 200 plus a box make sense to keep buying? Um,
yeah. I-
yeah,
If do we have any players like in the chat? Because I want to know how playable or how important some of those cards are in Journey to the meta. I think that's like a huge. That's always like a huge thing that people don't take into consideration is the players, especially in this sphere. What's Joey saying? I'm
Joey's
out if I
saying,
see.
dude, booster boxes can't go under 200. That's not possible. Uh, dude, this stuff only goes up to the moon. Rocket ship emojis.
Yeah, and I will sell on those people's heads all day, dude, all day. Oh,
Yeah,
let's
but
hear let's
there's
hear your
yeah.
let's hear. Oh, sorry. What?
Oh no, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I want to Shug Nasty's. What are y'all pick for the most undervalued sets?
Most undervalued. I still think Journey Together is underappreciated. Maybe not undervalued, but it's
Joey's gonna
underappreciated.
hate that answer.
I no, I really like the set.
I love
And
the set.
like I really do. I like the trainers Pokemon cards, like the Clefairy, the Ends, Zoroark, the um, Hopsation. Those cards look great. And the illustration rares, like the Articuno is one of my favorite illustration rares of SV era. I think that card is super cool. Um, but undervalued, I mean, most of it's overvalued.
Most of it's overvalued. I
Yeah,
agree.
like I said, Paldea Evolved and Silver Tempest at the same price makes no sense. Go buy Silver Tempest if you're gonna spend that much money on a box.
Yep.
But that being said, I think Paldea could go up faster than Silver? Probably, unfortunately. I'm kind of a boomer and I love Lugia and I love that box. I love that art. That card is just my favorite alt art from Sword and Shield. So like I'm biased, I guess, but I do like Paldea. Just I don't know, man. I have a hard time justifying those two sets being at the same price. If you're
You
gonna
called
buy,
you
what were
called
you
the
gonna say?
Paldea. You called the Paldea boom. I remember when you were texting and you were like, dude, I got to go to the card shop, pick up that Paldea booster because I know
Dude,
it's going up. Like you
dude, at
literally
that
called it,
it was Black Friday and it was 85 a box and I'm like I'm buying
bro.
a case.
That's what I'm saying.
I bought
Like you
Scarlet and Violet, I
you
bought
literally
Obsidian
called it.
Flames. Obsidian Flames and Scarlet and Violet base were the cheapest.
Yeah. Ryan, what are you talking about? Worst sets? Are you asking us what the worst set is, or is that the worst set?
Are you asking? He's probably saying that.
Are you
If you're
telling me that's
wait, hold on. If he's saying that Journey Together
silver?
is the worst set of Scarlet and Violet, that's
Oh, Scarlet and Violet.
crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If he's
Oh
saying
yeah.
that, I think he's asking a question. I think he's asking. Um, I'm gonna. Uh, I think I'm gonna step on people's toes with this one. Um, Shrouded Fable has some really good illustration rares though. Like SIRs,
It.
absolutely not. It has the worst SIRs of the
Yeah.
entire era, hands down.
Yeah.
Like hands down. I think Stellar is one of the weakest sets, and I think that's the signal of SV of
Hmm.
like where the overall market is if that set goes below MSRP again. Um,
Yeah.
which I think might be the it's hard to say. If one set's going to be the cheapest, I think it's going to be Stellar or I'm thinking booster boxes, probably Stellar. Probably
Yeah.
Stellar.
I'm gonna answer in Japanese, because that's obviously where my specialties is. But
Wait, what
pro
isn't that your favorite set, Night Wanderer, or is it
Mask of Change. Yeah.
Mask of Change
Mask
is
of
your
Change.
favorite?
Yeah. I
Yeah, okay, dokie, good.
Yeah, Okidoki is gonna be the most expensive card in SV. Crazy. The art is, bro. The art
Bro,
is
those are you know what's
beautiful.
okay, hear me
And
out.
Joey,
I don't like those Pokemon, but they do look like prime cards, which I think is kind of cool. They look
yeah,
like prime cards.
the Okidogi running through the forest at the
Oh, the
camera.
illustration rare.
The
The
illustrate,
illustration rare is
yeah,
much better than the SIR.
bro. Oh my, what? Like, I mean, Joey, we got receipts. You can go on the podcast and hear me and Eric give that card its flowers. So,
Remember,
uh,
all right, I don't think Stellar Crown is like a terrible set,
So I'm
but
gonna say
like
Stellar Crown in Japanese. Stellar
yeah,
Miracle is the
Stellar
worst.
Miracle.
Is the worst set. But you guys got in English. You guys got the Squirtle and the Bulbasaur, right? In English.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get those.
Oh yeah, because they were promos.
They're promos.
Um,
Yeah.
what I was gonna say is, do you remember how much people were shilling the Iron Crown from Temporal Forces and the uh, the
I have it right
Terapagos?
here on my
Don't get
desk.
me wrong, I like both cards, but I remember when Temporal Forces was coming out, or it was out, and people were talking about that card like it was the next Umbreon VMAX of the era, and I thought I'm not going to say that the content creators that were talking about it like that, but there was more than one, and I'm like, y'all are literally just pulling shit out of thin air to talk about,
Yeah.
and people were buying it because people were paying like $300 or $400 for that card in a 10,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
I
that card dropped to $100, my guys.
I could be wrong, but was that like that was like the first time I've noticed like the mark or not
SV era
shilling.
of
Yeah,
SV, yes,
yeah,
it
just
was.
not shilling, but like the
But
market
the hype,
just the hype. There we go.
the hype came in, introduced with Temporal, hundred
Yeah,
percent because
I did not understand that card.
Paldea evolved, not Paldea, Paldean Fates, dude.
Hmm.
That set sat like that set really did sit. Like I
Yeah,
got my Mew, I got my Quilly knows because I bought it through his eBay, but
yeah,
I got my Mew because I knew I had to pull the trigger on it because I saw something about to happen with that card. I paid 250 for that 10 PSA 10, and it went up to, it's down again, but I think it's still way up compared to that. But it went up to like $1,000 in a 10. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that's crazy because literally all three of those SIR, those shiny SIRs, no one really cared about for the longest time. Um, and that goes with, yeah, everything up till temporal. Like I vividly remember people pumping up that Iron Crown card.
So any thoughts on the new Chinese Pika going for 700 plus? Well,
Man,
they're
is that
serialized, right?
is that which one?
Or are you talking about is he talking about the 151s or the
Who's saying what? Chinese market going
Chinese
through a boom right
Pikachu
now.
cards going for 700? He has to be
Oh,
talking about the
he's
ones for
talking.
151,
No,
right?
yeah, the Gengar,
The Gengar,
the
yeah.
Mew one. Yeah, yeah,
How
those
do you feel
ones.
about those?
They're cool, but they're not worth that much in my opinion. Yeah,
No.
they're cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I can't wait to have Jordan on this. He's gonna come on for a live pretty soon.
yeah,
Talk about the Chinese market. So I hope that you
that'd be
guys can,
cool.
yeah, tune in that one. He's
Yeah.
like, dude, he always texts me. He's like, do not buy this card. Like, do not tell your audience. Do not buy this. You
Does he
know,
have those new cards? Like, does he
I'm
have
not.
like? I'm
Uh,
curious.
he's got a nasty Chinese and nasty Thai collection.
I
Like he's
bet.
got
Does he
all
do
any in
sealed
English
too?
too. What was that?
Does he do sealed Chinese too?
I'm
Like
not
some of the.
sure. Well, he
I'm.
gifted. Yeah, I mean he gifts me booster boxes like all the time.
Oh, nice. Do you have the
Yeah,
war
Chinese.
turtle back there?
That I got from the show.
Yeah, that I got you. Yeah, I gave to
Oh
you.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Oh, that.
no,
Hell yeah! And the graded guard. Shout out to graded guard.
dude. See, like
I
this is
love it.
the dude. Look at the side profile, bro. That's like the
I
ultimate
yeah,
hug.
the
He's
Pokedex.
just huggable, bro. He's just mad huggable.
Oh, is that Jordan in the chat right now? The JTR.
Yeah. Oh shoot, Jordan. He actually caught one. Heck yeah. Jordan says so. He doesn't have one, but this is like I'm like Shams from the NBA, and Jordan is my insider for the for the Chinese market. Yeah. I mean, dude, Jordan is like Jordan really is the reason why I collect the way that I collect, and saw the other
Oh, that's
side of the
super cool.
market. So
Dude, yeah, lock into that
I'm having
Chinese
fun.
market. If there's certain things like the Chinese 151 sealed boxes probably worth buying for sure.
And they're pretty
That's
they're pretty affordable. I saw that
yeah.
that girl on Instagram, Jinkies cards.
Uh-huh.
Um she was selling one for like I think like $50.
I
The
want
one
the
with the
red logo
silks.
box. There's the red logo because they're like the ones I don't know, they're like I think they have better pull rates, but there's more packs or something like that. I'm sure I'm ripping I'm botching this. I don't know.
But yeah, she was selling them for like I think it was like sub $50. I don't know. That could be crazy priced. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I don't know.
just it seemed affordable.
I do want to get one of those boxes. The artwork on the box was really nice.
Yeah, I've been
Dude.
scooping these up. I think I showed you last time the fusion.
Oh
I
yeah.
got more of
Is that the
these.
Thai
Chinese.
Chinese?
Yeah, I got more of these too.
Those boxes are cool.
Stacking up, and then more fusion arts on the way in Thai. So I'm super
Oh
excited
yeah.
to show people. Um, nope, I think they're way too overpriced.
Well, we got 24 people watching right now. That's what's
Uh,
up.
Lakers getting a good center in offseason so we can take that. Dude, get out of here, bro. You're going to get banned with some Laker talk in this chat. I'll tell you that much right now, dog. Want to see what it is? It's Dubs.
Rest in
Dude,
peace, Looney.
I'm the biggest Warriors homer you'll ever meet in your entire life. I was born in Oracle. But yeah, Jordan, we got to get you on.
I went to a Valkyries game not too long ago,
Oh, sick.
like
How was that?
about a month ago. It was fun. It's definitely different pace,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, we had a great time.
College basketball vibes. But yeah, Jordan, we need to get you on a live, dude, like ASAP, because I really need to hear. I really need to hear what the market is doing over there as far as like, because I mean, with the popularity of Chinese cards, like what does
Yeah,
that actually look like
look like there. Yeah,
there? Yeah,
similar to like how J Love did his videos during the
Hmm.
Team Rocket release. I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah. I told you that's I told you that's my goal, dude. Like I'm practicing my Japanese 2 hours every single day.
Are
Like
you?
I want to go. Yeah, I want to be able to be fluent. And when there's a big release, I fly out there for the weekend.
Oh
I
man, that'd
interview
love that for
people,
you. That'd be
come
sick.
back, and yeah, do my thing. So that's the plan. We can dream big, right, boys?
That would be really cool.
Yeah. Do you want OG Weedle Farmer says who wants to be a Shillionaire? I don't have anything to show. I think Jake is sponsored by Graded Guards. So I think there's gonna be a Johto Jake
If
discount
you've never,
code.
yeah, there is Johto Jake 15. I'm not kidding.
Are
That's
you
not a
kidding
troll.
me?
Oh, I have Johto
Uh,
Jake 15 on your first order.
fire,
Yeah,
fire,
so it works on jewels and regular guards. Limited releases
nice.
it doesn't work, but yeah, Johto Jake 15 at
You
checkout
don't
if
have
you need
like
it.
ownership. You don't have like ownership in the company? Is it? Do you
No,
have
no,
any?
no.
No. Oh,
Just a longtime supporter.
oh, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
I know the owner.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to show. So,
I don't have anything to shill, but if you want to buy prismatic Pokemon Center ETBs, DM me on
Eric,
Instagram at
bro,
joto.jake.
bro, Eric straight up like he sent me your story. He's all, bro,
Oh,
is Jake a scalper? I'm like, no, Eric, he's allowed to like he's allowed to just sell
a
stuff.
scalp. That's so funny.
He's like, is Jake?
Drew and Pokeneer always call me a scalper as a joke in our chats. But I don't know if you know this, but Henry Shug he lives in Japan.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool, cool.
I don't
Yeah,
know
dude. If I,
how long he's been there, but he's been there for quite some time. I think he's married
oh,
with kids and all that. Yeah.
super sick. Yeah. Dude, like we have big plans for our future for Japan, me and my girl. So, and then future kid, hopefully next year. So we'll be in Japan a lot, a
I'm
lot.
trying to go. Me and my partner have been talking about it for a while, but the original plan was to try to go this October, but we'll see. I really want to go for like at least a week and a
So
half, 2 weeks.
yeah, so I think we're gonna do two weeks in Japan and then take the ferry to Korea, and I'm gonna buy out just massive. I'm gonna look like Nostalgianomics, but just with Korean booster boxes. I
That's
told
so
you.
funny.
Then I'll just be the Korean Nostalgianomics. I'll be like, I told you guys to buy. I told you. It's so funny. Will we see? See, that's how I know. That's how I know we're not like truly in a Pokemon boom.
If
Truly,
Korean's not popping.
Korean is not, but Korean it really is popping. I was just talking to
I
Jordan the other
think
day. I was like,
so. Hear me out. I don't think Chinese, and you guys can grill me in the chat, but I don't think Chinese would be as popular as it is now without all of these limited rare variants. Um, and that's how you get attention. So I don't hate them for it because it's got my attention. It's got a lot of
yeah,
people's attention, but I don't think Chinese would be doing as well as they are right now without that.
yeah,
And
no,
you
yeah,
got to do those things carefully because if you start making everything like that, it becomes gimmicky and it loses its flavor. Like it
yeah,
just
yeah.
yeah.
And then because Chinese they're trying to play catch up. You know,
Yeah.
they just finished what Sun and Moon. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jordan. Like last year, around maybe 2 years ago, and
Yeah,
then
they're almost here. Like once
they're
they
almost
catch up,
there.
that'll be interesting. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, they're
So same
already
thing.
getting into Scarlet and Violet, so
Yeah, and then those Korean boxes, dude. Like they've been up like $20
oh, that's
from
good.
all my Korean sites. So they're definitely picking up. Jake is Scoutmaster 3000 now that he's not depressed about the market. He's gonna change his
uh,
YouTube channel, bro.
oh,
Freaking
that's so funny for really. Like there's a part of me that I'm like, so here's an example of someone that should not be buying Pokemon that bought Pokemon. When Prismatic came out, I had 3 cases on order. One of them got lost by FedEx, so I lost a case of Prismatic ETBs. I got refunded, but it sucked. Um, and then on release day, I had listed one of my cases for 1250. Someone immediately reached out, asked me to meet up with them. I showed up, and ETB cases are relatively small compared to like an ETB case, which has 10, right? So like different size box. I show up and he goes, "Oh, what's that?" And I'm like, "This is your case of ETBs." And he goes, "They can fit 10 in there?" And I'm like, "Oh no." He thought I was selling a case of regular ETBs. And I'm like, "No, this is the Pokemon Center one." And he goes, "Oh, okay, I'll take that." Doesn't look at it, doesn't do anything. He just bought it. Like, and that's when I knew, wow, we're in a crazy market right now. And so ever since then, I've, I've just, I've started selling way more because I'm like, this is how it is.
It's too good.
It's too liquid.
It's too liquid.
It's
Yeah.
too liquid, and it's not like this always.
Yeah.
So you gotta appreciate it when it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to get back into grading. I really want to submit a ton of stuff. I don't want to send to CGC. Like Quilly's been doing the CGC play, and I don't know. Call me a PSA fanboy, but like if I'm just selling, I guess it doesn't matter. I should try to go for some pristines on some things, but I need I need to get stuff out, so I might be forced to send some stuff to CGC. But I miss the doing the grading reveals and the big submissions. So
Yeah. I like that. I like
hoping
those videos. They're cool.
they're fun. They're fun.
What's the differences between the CGC Pristine 10 compared to like just a standard PSA 10? Is there leaps and
There's
bounds?
it depends. I mean, there's
Mm.
typically a premium on pristines. People love the gold foil on the label. It's just
Mm.
fancier looking. But if you get like a black and white gem mint, people don't care. That thing looks like a Xerox machine label. Like it looks terrible. It really does. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't printing on a Xerox.
That's
Um,
crazy.
but like, yeah, I just like the process and flow and experience with PSA. And yeah, we'll see though. Fingers crossed for a special this year, but I don't have high hopes.
Damn. It's that
Yeah,
bad,
because
huh?
it's hot, man. It's so hot. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we did we predict how long this bull market was going to last? Did we think it was going to last this long on our first live that we did?
Honestly, I forgot, but I probably said like 6 months.
I think you said 6 months.
Yeah, who knows? It could go like. So here's the thing that I don't like is everyone keeps saying, "Oh, once Mega Set comes out, everyone's just gonna lose interest in this stuff," or like, "Oh, once Megas come out, they're just gonna print to the demand, so anyone that was here for the money is just going to be really upset." And I'm like, "You don't know that, Bucko."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
honestly, Megas can go crazy. We're getting sets. All right, go. Just hear me out. The first sets that we're getting is a dual set, or in Japanese is a dual set, right? You're getting the Mega Symphonia
Yep.
and
Yep.
Mega.
Mega
What's the
Symphonia
third?
and I forget
I,
the
I think
Gardevoir
it's
and the Lucario.
yeah. So
Mega. Yeah.
the Bulbasaur got announced, and
Yep.
there was something that Tucker pointed out to me. He was like, "Yo, there's an extra vine in the Bulbasaur art that's not attached to Bulbasaur." So they're most likely a connected art of Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur, and most likely a Mega Venusaur. So
Mega
that's gonna
Brave.
go, yeah. So that's yeah, Mega Brave. There you go. So that's gonna be crazy if that's the case. That's gonna be a huge deal. So if they're doing Mega Venusaur, they're probably doing the others, right? Oh, wait, Inferno X. What does that mean? X, Charizard, Inferno, Fire. I mean, put the two and two together, guys.
Yeah.
We have a Mega Charizard set that will most likely have some crazy black and blue SIR that's going to go crazy with flames bleeding off the borders. Like, it's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
Then we get an announcement for Storm Emerald.
Rayquaza.
You're telling me things are going to get calm?
Yeah, but
We're
then
getting a
but
Charizard set and a Rayquaza set, y'all.
yeah, no, I get
What are
that. I
we
get that.
talking
I get
about?
that. But if you go down to your local anything and it's just in your face, it's available 24/7, we can make the argument supply and demand all
Yeah,
day,
I think
you know?
demand's still gonna be here for these sets. I don't think it's just gonna be like megas and then it's off a cliff.
No,
Like
I yeah, I don't
I
like I said, I start the
I
videos every
think they
time. I don't
will
know.
print I think they will print more, but it's gonna take time for that like crazy demand to really fade out. It doesn't happen instantly. It's this subtle like this whole process we've been in since November of last year. November. We're like what, 8 months into this now? We're 8 or 9 months into this now, and that's what happens. Like, people were complaining that Pokemon's not doing anything, but they're constantly like they've never printed Pokemon Center ETBs or restocked Pokemon Center ETBs as much as they have Prismatic in the past. So like
Yeah.
that's a green flag that things are getting, you know, gradually better.
Yeah.
Do I think that they're going to pump this out to the point where it's back to those prices? I don't, because Pokemon Company probably doesn't want it to be that cheap. They have to feed distribution, they have to feed LGSs. Like, local game stores are like one of the biggest um, customers for Pokemon, because they're the ones allowing people to come in and play their game. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, but I don't think like demand just falls off a cliff when megas come out. I don't think prices get back to $90 boxes anytime soon. Like, I do think that that's possible. Like,
Hmm.
with like, do I think we'll see $120 box in the next couple of years? Absolutely, I do. But I don't think it's happening
No,
that soon.
I think the $90 box argument that people think that it's going to get down to, I don't think so as well, because of just inflation. Like,
Yeah,
that was a long time ago. Like, the market, the economy
yeah,
is
Ninja.
just,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
no,
the
that,
Ninja spinner,
yeah,
possible
Greninja
Greninja
said
set.
too. Like, come on now.
It's about to be.
Yeah, because like
I know.
you have to
Yeah.
you have to think about this. Like, so with Sword and Shield we had 12.5 sets, right? We had like, I would have to say like that last quarter of Sword and Shield was crazy. We had uh, Lost Origin, Silver Tempest, Crown Zenith, like
Yeah.
just back to back to back. Um, and I imagine like this, like in between Mega generation that we're getting before Gen 10, they're probably going to go hard for the few sets that there are, like really hard for what,
Yeah.
maybe the year that this exists. Um, and they're going to be banger after banger, I think. I really do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. A
don't
lot of
think
people
we're
say that
getting
the,
a Rebel Clash set in Megas. Like, it's just not going to happen.
nah. Bro, just they threw that Bulbasaur. They mean business. You throw Bulbasaur, you mean business.
Yeah, that Bulbasaur's fire. I really like the
It's
colors on
so
that.
good. Yeah. I just, I'm gonna bet that Pokemon is gonna print enough for demand, But it is gonna be a
I'm a
long,
believer that it's going to be a long
but it is gonna be a
process.
long process. I think people
Yeah.
think that it once they're gonna have everything figured out by Gen 10. I'm like, no, I think,
I'm
but
so
but
excited for a Gen 10, man. I really hope they just, because they got to do something different that they haven't done in the past, because it's such a big deal. Like, they have to pay homage to the beginnings, and I wonder what that means. Like, how, yeah, whether that's the Pokemon gimmicks. I'm always nervous about gimmicks because I think gimmicks can really make or break a generation.
I always piss off Eric when I tell him that they're gonna give Dragonite nunchucks.
Oh. Dude, if they do something stupid like that, I'd be pissed. Shug just said something crazy. If Shinji
Hey,
Kagura
it's over.
touches that Megazord, it's
It's
dude.
over. It's
I
over.
literally anything, yeah.
It's
That's
over.
like Death Note, man. Anytime you
Death
write a
Note.
name down, bro, it's game over. Shinji puts the pen to the paper, bro, it's game over.
It's game
Even the
over.
Seismitoad, people are chasing Black Bolt because they
It's
want the
just
Seismitoad.
gas. It's
It's a
gas.
cool card, but it's
Yeah.
Seismitoad, bro.
Yeah.
That's like it's
I
this.
get.
It reminds me of Magneton. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh my God, Shinji did this Magneton. Oh my gosh, Pokemon
Yeah.
Center ETB promo goes to $600. You know how much that card is right now in a 10? $150.
Yeah. See, I am kind of disconnected to the price and certain things. Like, I was watching Joey's Team Rocket Joey's last video, and he was talking about, he's like, no one likes the Seismitoad. You don't like Ninetales. I'm like, no, but I do. I really do like the Ninetales from Obsidian Flames. Like,
The Ninetales is one of the best illustration rares we
yeah,
got out
I
of
really
Scarlet
do
Violet.
like that Seismitoad. It really is beautiful. Like,
No, I like the dude.
you
Hear
know,
me out. I love the card,
yeah,
but I don't think there's like. I mean, do you know a Seismitoad fan?
no,
You, like, yo,
yeah,
my
yeah,
favorite Pokemon is Seismitoad. I don't think
wild,
that sentence has been said vocally this
yeah,
year. Like,
yeah,
Like, yeah,
I
I
could
don't
I
know.
Yvonne was saying
Yeah,
we
we
need a
do.
Gyarados altar.
We do.
If it's gonna be a Shinji Kanda
Dude, if
Gyarados,
it's
bro,
I
and
hope
it's
not.
gonna be nasty. It's gonna like somehow, some way connect to the magic heart from Paldea.
And you're gonna see a little goldfish in the background. Oh man.
Rap,
If
absolute rap.
yeah, if he does like a
Look at us
shine
speculating and just
if he does a
throwing
shiny
stuff into
Gyarados,
ether.
dude, if he does the Rayquaza, like he he already did Giratina. Like that's a big Pokemon to do. If he does something like Giratina, Rayquaza or
Yeah,
Charizard, that's oh my gosh. Think about man. Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean we're on the same page, right? Like if like let's just say these mega sets come out and people are somehow bearish, but the art is amazing. I mean, we're doubling down, right? I mean, we're all
Yeah.
on the same page. All 20 people in here, like we're all
I mean, it's gonna be hard to find the right price for something like that too, because yeah, it'll be interesting.
but let's say it is printed to oblivion and people use that as a negative, like a negative annotation towards the set. Like do we still stand on the hill of like invest all or go all in into those sets because they're awesome, like
There
and
are
good art?
things that yes, there are things that are worth buying at high prices, low prices. You just gotta be confident about it. No, have like not trying to time the market just by being in
Time
the
in the
market.
market.
Yeah, yeah, timing the market will help you make those decisions. I would. I mean, obviously, it depends on you know, it depends on a lot of different things. What's your
Yeah,
goal? But like, I think about like the Charizard UPC promos. Those are still a good buy, in my opinion. The sealed
yeah.
ones, and those are going for like 80 to $100 now.
Crazy. Yeah, like
Alt arts in
yeah,
one little promo pack.
my like play that future play is Destin Rivals, dude. Like I think then the negative thoughts and everyone the bearishness of Destin Rivals is going to carry on. They're going to look for the new shiny thing, and that set is just going to be pushed further and further back. And I'm going big on Destin Rivals, and
Yeah.
that's going to be one of my biggest positions of 2026. So you heard it here first. Don't say I didn't warn you when it's down to like
It's
120 a box.
it's my favorite ETB of all time. Like that artwork
It's
is
silly,
so good.
right? Isn't it so
Yeah.
silly that people are they just don't care?
Yeah.
You don't care about an ETB with a giant red R and a Mewtwo on it? Are you kidding me? Like
Yeah.
that's why we lost all sense of reality in the hobby. Like or maybe people didn't grow up with Team Rocket, and Mewtwo and like but it's I mean
Just people have
maybe
it's the expectations I think that people set in their mind.
do you think it's
Like
that, or do we, or older guys like us, like we really had that connection with Team Rocket, where like in the newer sets, obviously there's Team Rocket or the
I
newer
mean, you could
anime
say the
and
same.
stuff.
I could say the same thing for someone that was also in that era that doesn't like it, but I don't know. I think it's I don't know. Like people really were trying to push like the fact that Jesse and James not being in the set was like a big deal, but I didn't see it that way.
Neither did I.
Was like I've never been like a big trainer person, anyways, and I love
Mm,
what they did with a lot of the Pokemon Crobat being like the Team Rocket's Crobat, paying homage to
so
Dark
fire.
Crobat from Neo Destiny,
Hmm.
and then you have the Giovanni's uh, Nidoking, the Giovanni's Mewtwo, all paying homage to the gym sets,
Yeah.
and yeah, I like that about that set. And there's a lot of pulls like the Garchomp. You can the Ho-Oh like that's man. Even the illustration art is Misty. You have the Misty Psyduck, the Misty's Lapras, the Kangaskhan, the Houndoom. There's hella cards in that. The Blaziken is so
The
good.
Houndoom is so good, dude.
Yeah, the Houndoom's fire. But like
Yeah.
even there's so many cards in that set.
Yeah. The
Overall, a good set.
the fact that so many people love Heart Gold and Soul Silver and then to be bearish on Distant Rivals, it doesn't make any sense to me, you know?
Oh, like what do you mean? Like
Just like
like
the Ethan cards, like
oh
the
yeah,
Ho-Oh is amazing. Like
the
to
Ethan's
me, it
Typhlosion.
just
How did I forget that? Yeah.
yeah, like to me, it doesn't make any sense. Maybe it just shows how many new people are in this hobby.
Yeah.
To me, to me, it may be like the best long-term play in Scarlet and Violet. I think
I
it's going to be better
I
than
I
Prismatic is.
I don't know. Like it's
I think
hard. Like
Prismatic is just hot now.
yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I've had this like I don't know if I brought it up to you or if I brought it up to someone else, but like I think prismatic might have like a negative connotation to it to some degree in the long term because of the place it existed in time, I guess,
Yeah.
and like the way people experienced it and like not being able to enjoy it. Um, but I, to an extent, agree with you on the Destin. Like, I think it's probably this is weird ass take. And I'm not gonna give like a lot of um, good reasoning behind it. But I think Destin Rivals is like the oh god, I don't like saying this out loud. I think I really don't. I think Destin Rivals is like the evolving skies of Sword and Shield, and not for the reasons you may think it is. It's not an EV set, um, but like the yeah, I just it's like one of those things where it's like too good that people don't like just ignore
Yes.
it or like it's too
Yes.
obvious.
Yes, too obvious.
Um, and that was 150. That's 151 in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion too. Like it's too good and it's too obvious that it's not the play. But I think about that set and the long term nostalgia it will carry. Like you've never seen a set master setted like 151. I love DR. I love both. Like I really do. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I have I think I got two Pokemon Center ETBs of Destined when they dropped from Pokemon Center, but then I bought two more um, at like 170 a piece, just because I love that Pokemon Center ETB, even the regular ETB, they're fantastic. The booster box with Mewtwo and Giovanni. I don't know. From a sealed perspective, it's the best looking set out of Destin Rivals, hands
Yeah.
down. Like people are gonna look at like their Paldea Evolved box with what's not Masquerade?
Meowscarada, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the pre-evolution though, but like
Oh,
Quaxley and
Sprigatito.
Sprigatito, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna be like, is that why you bought this box? I
Yeah,
don't know.
Weed Cat and Chubby Crocodile
It's weak.
and Donald Duck. That's why you bought that? Yeah. Destin
Don't
Rival
get me.
seems it does
Go,
seem too
it's
obvious, you
too
know.
obvious, yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that the price point is where people are just iffy about because I think that if this set was cheaper, people would probably be buying it more. I wonder
Mm-hmm.
what the sales volume looks like on TCG Player for Destin Rivals booster boxes compared to Paldea Evolved right now, because like
Mm.
one is like 2 years. Wow, yeah, it's 2 years old, and then one is a couple about a month and a half old,
Yeah.
and the sets
And they're
are only
close.
$100 apart.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I would rather have cases on cases of Destin Rivals than Paldea Evolved, and that might be a bad play in the long run, but I'd be happier with owning Destin over Paldea.
I just don't see like long term, right? I think people people right now they like Paldea is very it's not so distant in their memory, right? Of why it's great. But I think as we pull 3, 5 years, people will forget why Paldea was great, and people will still remember why
I mean, the
Destin.
Magikarp's not going anywhere. I said this on
No, no,
someone
no.
else's
I'm talking about just
podcast.
like the booster box art and just the
Oh
total
yeah,
the
yeah,
ETB and everything. Just a collective as a collective.
yeah,
I'm still all in on DR instead of Paldea as a
yeah.
collective. You know,
I think Magikarp's the Umbreon of the era.
that's
I, I've
crazy.
I've said it already. I think it's gonna be the top card of the era.
Yeah,
Value wise, like it's just I more. I mean, it's nearly more than the Umbreon. It's harder to grade than the Umbreon, and I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see.
yeah. I'm glad I got mine in Japanese and in Korean. So yeah. All
Yeah.
right, I think we're at 2 hours and 15 minutes, dude.
Oh wow, it's almost 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock. So I think we're wrap. Final words, Jake.
Oh, thanks
Thanks
for
again though.
no, dude. Yeah, always. I know it's been a while, so I thought this was the perfect week. I'm home solo, so yeah,
Fire.
I'm
Yeah, I'm
always down.
glad I caught you on a good time. Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah.
to. I have a Team Rocket Joey coming up on Saturday. I'm trying to expand and just grow this channel. And
Is he coming? Is he coming on your channel? Or are you going on his?
I don't know. We're gonna
I know.
talk all about that
Okay,
tomorrow. So
cool.
hope
I'm excited.
that doesn't really matter. What do you think?
I'll,
What's best? Do you think?
I mean, whatever. It doesn't
Do
matter. Like
do you think
I don't.
like no? I'm saying like to grow to as far as like growth for my channel. Should he come on me to me
You pro. I mean, I would
or
go
me
on Joey's. I like
go on
going on
Joey's?
other people's just to talk and learn about different people and their chats. You know,
Okay,
like yeah, I'm going on Joey's channel on the 9th. I think it's a Wednesday or Thursday.
sick,
Can't remember.
sick. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
he asked me on.
Yeah, yeah, you said great stream, be careful with yeah, I'm just dude, I tell you guys all the time, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I'm just a casual collector, just like you guys are, casual investor. And that's why I bring on guys like Jake because they're just so much more you know, you guys know way more than me and I'm just a fly on the wall most of the times, just soaking it all up. So I tell you guys, I'm just like you guys. I'm just a average
Yeah,
Pokemon collector.
yeah.
So,
I'm going on. He invited me on. Why not? I think Joey is a troll. Let's be real. He's a total troll. But like, I kind of see behind the curtain. I guess I'm not here for the drama. I'm not here to like poke at other content creators. I think everyone's hustling. I have respect for people that do it because, it is hard work, regardless. But yeah, I'm always down for a conversation. Like, why
yep.
not?
Yep, for sure.
So,
Yeah. So, all right,
thank you,
guys.
Henry. Appreciate you,
Yeah.
brother.
Nah, thank you guys.
Thank you,
And
everyone else
have a good
too.
night, everybody. And talk to you guys soon.